and friends.
With benefits.
Kathy!
Oh, lady psycho. Oh, lady psycho. And you know what that means. 3 letters, 3 words. NXT, let's fucking go.
Oh, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this week's episode of the AEW Dynamite Watch Party.
It is Friday, and you know what that means. Only one thing. It's time for Friday Night SmackDown right here on Circle Debate Network for the watch along. It's Kayla, the Queen of the South.
Yo, the GETCHO podcast crew is in the building. That's right, you got your homie Just.
Yeah. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the latest episode of Game Breaker Sports.
She bangs! She bangs! Oh, baby, when she moves, she moves.
Yo.
He moves, baby, and he bangs.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and
Go fuck yourself!
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Off is the direction you can.
Escúchenme. Everybody, listen. Ha ha. To me.
It's time!
We are fucking back. We're back. Classic. We are back.
Let me talk to you.
That's right, folks. Let us fucking talk to you, baby, because we're fucking back here, ladies and gentlemen. We are. Welcome, everyone, to the Circle Debate In Time Wrestling Podcast and the Heels Turn Podcast. That's right. I had to say it that way. That is right. But yes, you already know, ladies and gentlemen, the host team is what I've been seeing my other 3 hosts. We 5 minutes already. Yeah.
Come on.
That's right. Oh, man, this is, it's getting hot in here because you know why? Because I got somebody here, an attorney-at-law, who, man, he made some miracles happen last night, even though he was ready to slap somebody. It did not happen. Well, he's going to talk about it when we get into it, folks. But let me introduce our host, the man himself.
He'll represent you, and you'll be lucky. He'll win you 1.2, maybe 3. Oh, he's a fill of fucking Pepsi. Just call 1-900-Mussolini. And for a low fee of $3.99, he will give you expert legal advice and a free can of Pepsi.
Pepsi Film, Pepsi, not responsible. See the wrong kind of Pepsi. Top of Wrestling Talk and Circle Debate are all responsible for that.
Call today.
Money's on the way. Call Pepsi
today. Right now. And remember, he will fight for you.
He will. He's attorney-at-law.
I'm just giving y'all a fair warning. I'm pissed because, like RT Manning, nobody asked me if I could draw a goddamn dinosaur either. Just saying. Nobody asked me. I can fucking a triceratops. I can do that one. Baby arms.
What the fuck?
This is like Rhino, where he's got fucking T-Rex arms.
Exactly, Rhino.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? Oh, that's okay, man. That's
Got nothing.
I got nothing. I got this one.
Emotional damage.
A lot of freaking emotional damage.
That's it. That's it. Shit. Oh my god. Oh, makes me feel good. But of course, our other host, man. Our other host. He's the coolest. He is Mr. Every Night for you.
Because I'm not just the coolest, and I'm not just the best.
I am the Redeemer. And you'll either feel the joy at my cruelty. This is the word of the Redeemer.
It is just
let's go, y'all. You can tell that I'm getting pumped already because we got the fam and a very fucking special guest right now. You know what time it is. It is game over.
Light them up.
Light it up, baby. That's right.
Let's fucking go.
Thank you, Tony Khan.
Thank you. Love that man. And of course, our other guest host for today, folks. This man, he's not only a babyface, but he's a heel. All right? Because he'll heel turn your ass around the world, Greg.
What kind of heel?
The heel
Cue
turn.
the NWO music.
Gentlemen, help me welcome from the Heel Turn podcast, of course, our brother from another mother, Izzy. What is going on, my man?
What's up?
What is going on?
Man, what's good? What's good? I miss seeing you guys. Miss seeing the beautiful faces all around. Actually, I think this is my first time actually sliding on with Pepsi Field. Good to see you, brother.
What's up, man? Good to see you, man. Glad we can do this.
Hell yeah. I am so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all excited. But what I was going to speak about, because, you know, this man was in our chat privately yet last night. Look, man, if she does not show up, I'm going to get the powder.
First of all,
everybody.
every wrestling outlet, every podcaster, every fan got me hyped for AJ Lee. I didn't want to be hyped. I wanted to be surprised. All you motherfuckers all got me hyped for that woman. And I swear to God, if she didn't come out or WWE fucked us over, all y'all was catching hands. Everyone's catching y'all.
I knew that was going to happen. But before we get into our thoughts of nature, I'm going to shout out to everybody in the chat. Gabby, what is going on? Kayla, what is going on? Emily, what is good? Emily Jordan, what is up, man? Still recovering from HE. I think we all are, honestly. Oh, crazy ass, right? Mark Review, what's going on, brother?
What's up?
I wanted to skip so much. I said it's been done in my life, but after last night, that answered your question. You see, King Matthew, what is up? Christopher, what is good, man? It happened. All right, what do we got today, Zach? Happy International Bacon Day. Okay.
Wait, are we talking? Wait, is it international, like worldwide Bacon Day, or is it international bacon? So you got to have you got to go out and get some prosciutto or something like that. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's me. I mean, bacon is a universal concept, but everybody got their own version of it.
Got some worldwide pork.
Oh, that's right. They Canadian bacon too.
I mean, you talking pork belly, but then again, some people can't have bacon, so you gotta leave. They get left out.
That's true.
I'm telling you. Look, I don't need an excuse for the day. Look, I'm going to town. I'm cool with it. Well, no matter what day it is, I'm getting it.
All right, you too, Caleb. Be safe at work. Have a great day at work. Yeah, happy National Day, any day, boys. Of course, shout out to Dr. Nix, of course. But I'm gonna Pepsi kick this off. But I mean, because he was ready, he was angry, he was ready to go ahead and go off on people. But before what's the word of the day?
Die last night if something didn't happen.
The word of the day is AJ Lee.
There you go. There you go. Now take it away. The floor is yours. Both
So there's two things. I think I talked about this before we started. So, and first of all, the introduction was perfect. Like, that is exactly how you do it, honestly, as far as I'm concerned. However, if we in the real world, I don't know about you, but if a woman slapping your partner like that, you ain't just going to saunter in, do some skipping, and before you whoop her ass. But I understand it's for entertainment purposes, and the purpose of it was not to see AJ Lee fight, other than we got the little bit that we got, but just to have the fans enjoy AJ Lee coming back, period. And she looks like she's in great shape. She kept in shape while she was off. I know she didn't quit wrestling. She just worked more behind the scenes for a lot of people. I think Women in Wrestling was one of the places that she worked as a producer and trainer.
Yes.
So she was still in great shape and still training. I honestly am surprised because it's like the same thing said. She did unfortunately, she had to work, in my opinion, one of the worst eras in women's wrestling at WWE during the Divas era. Even though they had great wrestlers in there, it was in my opinion, the worst era for women's wrestling was the Divas. Just the name alone was kind of just annoying. Again, I'm speaking from my own personal experience, but she was literally one of the brightest spots of that era. And I felt like she had done everything she had to do, and she didn't need to come back. Like, she really didn't. Like, right now, as far as I'm concerned, she's a first ballot Hall of Famer already. So the fact she came back and is ready to go was pretty good. The segment itself was mayhaps the funniest thing I have ever seen. And I feel like it was unintentional, but it worked for the storyline. Because if your thing was to make AJ Lee come back and make everybody look like they shitting themselves, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch did that perfectly. Becky did a great job of being the heel, trying to avoid the fight. Seth Rollins, botch or not, falling over the stands onto the floor is still the funniest thing I have ever seen. I know it may have been a botch, but gimmick-wise, it was hilarious and it worked for him. And then at the end, when he had to pick up his wife and run away, even better. I think for SmackDown, that was probably one of the better ones to have. I'm just thinking about just the AJ Lee part. The rest of the night, I know we'll talk about later, but for the most part, the AJ Lee segment, I think, that is how you punctuate the end of a good night. Like, that is how you punctuate. They're in Chicago. They brought in AJ Lee. They did a good job of foreshadowing, which is a first for pro wrestling. And like I said, yeah, she did look like $1 million. And she was, like I said, it was one of those things where the stars aligned perfectly to make that shot happen. Also, I forgot how small AJ Lee is. God damn, I always thought she was a little bit taller than she is.
Oh, I know. And, shout out to Henry, of course, for the Chokeon Wrestling Report. Of course, he just had his episode, folks. So check it out right after this. Check out his episode. So I'm assuming he's still live right now, but he's doing his live as well at the moment. So go shout out to him as well. Man, Izzy, talk to me, brother. How are you feeling about this? 10 years, and now she's back.
Oh, man, yeah. See, even trying to get tickets to SmackDown, seeing the price rise up. I'm like, I know Brock Lesnar gonna be here. Like, that's fine. Like, but I can at least still try to sneak in some way. I'm seeing the price creep up just a little bit more. I'm like, okay. I'm with Pepsi Phil here. If AJ Lee don't show up, okay, we gotta do something in these streets. It's like we gotta do something around here. Like, it's gonna be a problem. But just seeing how everything turned out, seeing CM Punk pretty much getting the Stephanie McMahon treatment. We seen Stephanie McMahon deliver those exact same slaps, those humiliating slaps. And CM Punk just, I'm not gonna hit a woman. That's a lie. We seen footage. But he's just like, in terms of WWE style, not in real life. I'm not trying to put it. It's just like, but CM Punk comes out. I'm not gonna hit a woman, but I know someone who will. And you see AJ Lee come out. She still shows you that crazy side, she still shows you, the little head tilts, the skipping around, just beautiful. It's just amazing. Like, I blame most of my failed relationships based off her. It's like the love of crazy woman. It's just like a love of crazy woman. It's just like AJ Lee is just like. I mean,
they did say AJ Lee made crazy cool.
She did. I ain't gonna lie, she did.
Like, it was amazing. It was just her on the mic, her in the ring. It just seemed like she was so untouchable. Like she was, the female CM Punk of that time. Nobody was gonna touch her on the mic, and she was gonna say whatever she wanted. In that 2015 era. Now we get to see her. She looks amazing, and now. Since it's not going to be, just a one-time thing, we're not just going to get a one stint and she's going to dip. We're going to see her long-term. This is amazing. Seeing her put pen to paper. I love every bit of this. And, you can see the influence that she's had on the women wrestlers that are coming up now. So to see her come back, man, I love seeing, the shift that we're getting here in women's wrestling, even though nothing's been wrong with it. Like, it's been really, really good so far. The women's wrestling has improved since AJ Lee has wrestled. And to see her come in now with the talent that's around, we're getting dream matches for days. So I'm in love with it.
Now, the interesting thing was, and this was shown after it went off air, Becky leaves the IC belt, the women's IC belt, in the ring. And AJ picks it up and looks at it for a while and then gets out the ring. And I'm like, yo, AJ Lee and Becky for the IC title.
There was more to it too. She even took it with her as her and
Yeah.
Punk left.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
And then he like stopped, and then she like stopped and looked at him. She's like, "I'm going back quick," and you just see her run like book it down to the ring, and then she just gets in the ring, holds the title up, and she's just skipping around in the ring with it. Like, so good.
Like I mean, honestly, I that could get me to watch Wrestlepalooza. I got a VPN, but at the same, I would be a motherfucking Spain,
man.
I'll be in Spain watching that motherfucker.
And we already said it. And thank you for bringing it up, Pepsi, because we said that shit before. Like, I'll go. We're not gonna get in trouble for saying that.
I ain't Stephanie McMahon. I would talk shit about it. I will not feel bad. I will catch y'all on the coast of Spain watching Wrestlepalooza.
Oh my god. Oh, I love it. Fucking bloody marvelous. I love it.
This ad was sponsored by any VPN that's willing to support us. Thank you. Lord VPN looking at you.
ExpressVPN, Surfshark.
Our fastest VPN. That's right. Yeah.
But like I said, honestly, seeing the clip of her signing the contract at the even though it's going to probably definitely be like an augmented contract, but honestly, there is a part of me that really wants to see her fight Roxanne Perez.
That's what Christopher's saying here on the chat. He just said
good call, Christopher. I really want to see that because remember, there was a thing that the Twitter exchange they had when she gave Punk Pop Rocks, and AJ posted, "My daughter has never done anything wrong in her life."
Bobby Redeemer, the floor is yours.
Oh my god, I still feel like I'm like pinching myself to see if I'm freaking dreaming or not. Like, what the hell? Oh my god, last night was easily one of the most bonkers freaking like things ever. It felt like going back in time and going forward in time in the exact freaking same time. Like, it was absolutely insane. Just, I said multiple times that if she's not interested in coming back into wrestling, just leave the damn woman alone. Stop trying to force her return. That's it. You know, so many scenarios we've had, Rumble appearances and other multiple different things she could have appeared at. We haven't seen a single ounce of her. We haven't heard a thing about her, nothing whatsoever. It's just everybody assuming this is it. This is perfect. This is it right now. No, right now, the scenario we're in right now is perfect for her to be back. The utter hatred and feud between CM Punk and Seth Rollins, now involving Becky Lynch. What else do? You don't add anybody else but AJ Lee. This is what needed to be done. And the fact that she was willing to come back for this and know that this story really needs her, it really just involves her at this point. Because even Seth has said, even multiple times, I can't stand you. I can't stand your family. Like, dude, AJ, that is your call right there. You go out there, you go right with side by side with your husband, and you fuck them up at this point. Like, that is it. This is that moment right now, and that's so good. I know a lot of people were bitching about like, oh, why is it a Raw feud happening on SmackDown? Because it's Chicago. It's the perfect location. She's right there. You don't have to fly her out anywhere. You don't have to transport her anywhere. You just call her up and say, hey, you want to come back? Sure. She gets right in a freaking car, goes right down out to the arena, and then there she is. Head on. Yeah. She's back. It is utterly, everything about it was perfect. Literally perfect.
I'll be honest. You're right. This is definitely what it's needed because let's face it, we were all getting a little bit bored on Punk versus Seth. They had that great cage match.
It added a fresh thing. Yeah, it added a fresh element to it. Right.
Yeah, and now it's real because then all of a sudden now it's a partners match.
Yeah, like all the teases they did leading up to this, it had to be AJ. It had to be AJ, or else this would have been an utter fail. Hands down, the pairing of Becky and Seth going forward, again, shall I say, now this time as heels, does not work if you do not involve the entirety of the family of CM Punk and AJ Lee in this entire feud. It does not work, no matter what. If you brought Rhea Ripley in there, all the scenarios of talking about, we get to the pay-per-view and whoever the person is that's the tag team partner gets taken out just so AJ can get involved then. No, you do it this way because it's perfect. Now you get the chance to build the story, hear from her, maybe get her in a match sometime before the show so we can see if she's prepared, she's ring ready, so that way she can kind of get some of the rust off. So that way we're not just throwing her into the pay-per-view match and saying, well, okay, well, now we don't know how the hell she's going to react, how she's going to be in the ring. And now you just go no, now you get a chance to at least get some of the rust off of her, get her going, see how it's going to go. And then again, I'm super excited for this. I am so pumped right now because honestly, the Punk Rollins feud is easily the best stuff going right now.
Yeah.
Purely flat out in wrestling period right now. The fact that it's just extended so far like it has been great. So the fact that you now have her back, all pieces are together. You now have the perfect story right now.
Yeah. I will say the funniest thing though was Big E letting it slip during Clash in Paris, and I'm like, God damn, man, just say she's coming back. Because the funny part about it is that weirdly enough, AJ Lee and Big E are like really close as friends.
Yeah,
awesome.
Because remember, she used to be his valet.
Yeah, when she was with Ziggler.
And their favorite story is still when Big E almost popped her in the chest one time.
Oh, that's he brought that up, and then AJ Lee brought that up too on a question.
But apparently they've been best friends, and he let's say, yeah, and then he going like, well, CM Punk has a wife too.
I love the fact that when that moment happened, and you just get Big E, he was so concerned about when he did that, he was apologizing to her, and he's almost in physical tears because he was like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry I hit you. I'm like, whoa, holy crap!"
She ate that. She ate
did.
that. You just walked into the ring,
meaty arm just pounding her in the chest out of nowhere.
He would have took my asthma out. I would have been cured.
So here's my question for everybody.
Okay.
Obviously, it's gonna be Becky.
Yeah.
After Becky, and we'll take Roxanne off the board because right now there really isn't a way to cross them over just yet. After Becky, who does she go after? Because at this point in time, I'm not gonna lie to you, I would not be mad if she picks a fight with Tiffy.
I've seen if anybody wants to get the opportunity to, when you get the chance to after this, go check out World Elite. And our guy Dylan, he put up a video of the top 5 opponents that he'd like to see. Honestly, all 5 of them I am with at that point because
check it out.
He had people like Rhea Ripley. Absolutely. We want to see Rhea Ripley for sure with that. Stephanie Vauquer, absolutely. Freaking, of course, Roxanne for sure. I'll throw one in that I want to see. Liv Morgan, honestly. I was
going to pick a wild card and go AJ Lee versus EO.
That too. That's in his list as well. So
because in my world, EO wins the championship back.
Fuck, I'll take her and Asuka one-on-one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, easy. But if EO gets the title back, AJ Lee would go after her. And he had no problem if AJ Lee gets another women's championship run, as far as I'm concerned. On either belt.
Either belt. Even if she wins the Intercontinental, she can build that fucking title as well. And man, there's just so much right now that for her to sign a multi-year deal to have her last run where where she started as a child, being a fan, crying to fucking Lita, that sign an autograph, for her to be accepted at NXT, to move into the main roster, and what she's done not only in the ring but also outside of the ring, mental health to help people, and what she inspired to for other people, what she's done. Seeing how you mentioned she was a producer for a while, she was even part of the stunt, with the rehearsals for the Queen of the Ring of the movie. She was there. She was doing the comic books that she was doing, and even with Glow, she was with Chavo doing Glow for the series on Netflix. She was there helping that too. So it's like, man, this woman is going to have an incredible run now that she's going to stay. And just, I'm just going to say it very quick, Papa H, don't fucking drop the ball. Do not drop the fucking ball. You already got what you wanted for Emmanuel. Asked you 3 signings already. Oh, Lord. And you got a ball. Don't fuck this up. And the only thing I would say you can add on this, because we talked about it last night on SmackDown, the watch party, the watch along. Now you gotta bring Saraya. Make her and Saraya win those tag team championships. Those are 2 BFFs, and if they come back together reunited, my God.
I'll be honest. I don't know if Saraya is ready to come back yet. Not because I don't think she can't come back, but based on the stuff she's doing and the stuff she's done in interviews, I don't know if she's ready to get back in the ring just yet.
Probably just a one-nighter, I would say, maybe.
Oh yeah, easy. But I think, but I feel like as much as she won't say it, I feel like AEW burnt her out.
I mean, can we say that? Because I don't feel like they did use her as much.
They really honestly didn't. Think about it. After the Britt Baker feud that she had, that honestly went incredibly short. They literally only had like 1 or 2 matches together.
But I don't mean like burn her out, like work her to death. I meant internal politics of dealing with AEW and wrestling companies in general. Like, I think she definitely does. Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely think she could come back. And truth be told, I would not be mad if she came back in like 6 months. But she seems to be having her ass a good old time doing her podcast and doing all these press junkets.
Oh yeah,
the only
she
thing
loves
to think
it.
about too with her is will WWE clear her? That's the thing.
Yeah,
We've already seen AEW. We've already seen AEW clear her, but that doesn't mean WWE will.
Yeah, and Steven, 38 ain't that old, man.
Not old. That is not old at all.
You're in your prime.
Young as hell.
You're in your prime.
That is prime wrestling age right there. I think. What was it?
Gracious. It's phenomenal.
I'm excited. I just can't wait what they're gonna after the aftermath. I do agree. You know, who said it at a Survivor Series? Steven said it, right? Yes. So for sure, I agree with Steven. I think it is going to be AJ Lee versus Becky at Survivors for the Intercontinental. And
That's
then
they're changing hands.
Oh yeah, and then I just have a feeling that Punk's going to get involved in the mixture in the war games between him and Seth. He'll have this crew. You know, I don't know, Roman by then, most likely Roman because of what Braun Breaker did. And that's something that we could possibly see down the line in Survivor Series. It's a great buildup. It'll be a great buildup for it. So I'm excited. And man,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am kind of curious to see the storyline that brings Roman and CM Punk together.
Another one. I think this is going to be the one for Survivor Series that is going to be Roman paying him back, saying, "You know what? I owed you a favor. You came and helped me for last
Yeah. I think that's what I'm looking for. Like, I want to hear the conversation they have to have. Wise, what it's like on bring him back.
Yep. No, I agree, brother. I agree. And speaking of the stories, that a lot of people are here want to talk about it. That is, of course, All Out and Wrestlepalooza. As we see, Tony Khan, thank you, Tony Khan, we changed the time. Even though you booked it ahead of time before they did, WWE and TKO, you changed the time to 3 o'clock Eastern. Now you change it to that because he's fully aware that now that he was, and I feel that he was expecting Wrestlepalooza to be a banger of a pay-per-view, that it was going to be booked really tremendously, just like how they did with Netflix. They did the same thing. And for them to compete with AEW, so AEW make smart move, right decision. But that's the question, though. Even with the time change slots, who got the win-win or lose-lose situation on this? That's the biggest question.
I think it's a different. I think it's a different circumstance. I don't think he changed it because he didn't want to go head-to-head. Remember, he changed it right after he signed a deal with HBO.
But the thing is that it was already signed, but we wouldn't know what
it was a handshake agreement that was pretty much already done. But the interesting thing about it is I really wonder if HBO was like, we don't want to do it this way. Like HBO has certain schedule stuff that goes on because AEW is not the only live event that they host.
Agreed.
And I wonder if it's like it wasn't like this that quote unquote not counter program Wrestlepalooza, if it was counter programming something they already had in that slot already. Because remember, he announced All Out way before the HBO Max deal came in. And that's why Wrestlepalooza was programmed to go against it, which was fine. But when he got the HBO deal, it changed. And I mean, on the one hand, he was like, I don't want to fucking deal with these people, but whatever. In regards to like WWE. But when HBO took it, I wonder if they had a hand in going, can you move this down because we have something else in this time slot as well?
Mm-hmm.
So I think Tony's smart enough to realize that he doesn't want to do cross. I think he's in a spot now where he recognizes, quote unquote, trying to go 1-for-1 with WWE isn't a good business model. But I also wonder if HBO was like, can we move this down just a little bit, please?
Okay.
Because as much as Tony has grown, Tony ain't grown that much.
Yeah.
He may be better at booking, but he's still Tony Khan. When you're a billionaire, you ain't known for going, I don't feel like doing this. This might be the wrong idea for me. So
no, you just get used to yelling Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like
oh shit. And shout out, of course. You gotta get the GETCHO. That's right. That's right.
So, but either way, I think it's a win-win for wrestling fans. Because, like I said, it's a win for wrestling fans. Because, truth be told, nobody wanted to do that struggle, and AJ Lee made it real hard not to want to watch Wrestlepalooza. I'm speaking for myself, at least.
I know you're not wrong. To be honest, I feel the same.
AJ Lee made it real hard to miss that show, and I was like, okay, well, okay. But then All Out moved, and I went, okay, well, I got a VPN and I got All Out of HBO.
I already know where you're going with that. Even just like Tony Khan need for him to do any growth. He needs that energy, especially him running. I don't know if you saw that, him running.
Just give him White Claw. He's set.
Bro.
Give him his water drink, whatever he called that he's drinking, or his coffee, quote on that, whatever it is. I was
like, I wanted to give him a football. Look like the Jaguars need him. Like at that point, I was like, that was a nice sprint he did there.
I'm gonna be honest. That was the saddest run I've ever seen.
Comical as fuck.
You seen his face? Like it was serious. I was like,
I appreciate he was doing it for the bit, but I'm like, God damn, bro, you couldn't practice that run a little bit. Maybe do like a little Naruto run with the ninja arms behind you.
To answer your question, War Hero, it's those pills that they've been doing, like Rose, or if you haven't, if you're having problems in bed, you can take one of what they have.
Also, War Hero, thank you for asking.
Yes. That's just what it is. Oh man, Izzy.
But now, I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch it because of the VPN. Truth be told, if you had to go on a FanDuel gamble, which event do you think will be better? Wrestlepalooza, which has Brock and Cena and AJ Lee, or All Out?
So Wrestlepalooza.
Yeah, that's I think that's what hurts the most, is every time Tony Khan turns his head, you're not getting Survivor Series, you're not getting WrestleMania around the corner. You're getting Wrestlepalooza. They're gonna bring out Great Balls of Fire. They're pulling out all these pay-per-views, and Tony Khan, every time he turns his head, it's like, brother, it's just like it's kind of, in a way, it's just like WWE is just trying to pretty much bully him, in terms of pay-per-view, trying to is just trying to counter promote and doing with especially with Wrestlepalooza, and you see the first match on the card, not the opening match, but you see John Cena and Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
Now, come on now. Now, from a promotional standpoint, I agree with you, but I'm talking about if you had to watch every single match in both events, who do you think would make you more satisfied, All Out or Wrestlepalooza?
Oh, definitely Wrestlepalooza. But I do agree with Tony Khan moving his pay-per-view up, because even though I think it does benefit him in a way of, look, okay, we're gonna move this forward. We're not gonna pretty much go head to head, at least 1v1 at Wrestlepalooza. But hey, we're putting on 5 or 6 hour pay-per-views regardless. Our pay-per-views, at least on the East Coast, I'm not trying to speak for Justin here, but I'm pretty sure Justin is losing sleep watching AEW pay-per-views. It's just like staying up watching these pay-per-views. Like, Justin, like, honestly, not trying to bust you out, but like, what time do you usually go to sleep when AEW pay-per-views are ending?
Most of the time when a pay-per-view ends and it starts at a normal time like freaking Wrestlepalooza does, the freaking show don't get over till midnight.
Midnight.
midnight my time. So
by that time, Wrestlepalooza is already 2 hours done. You know, it's like Wrestlepalooza's been over with,
which is worse.
See, this is the thing I question. So here's the thing: AEW all out match per match. AEW tends to have on their pay-per-view match per match.
Mm-hmm.
Not a 1v1, but a match per match. I get more enjoyment out of an AEW match because nowadays the storyline leads to the pay-per-view much better than the storylines for Wrestlepalooza. Because in my head, the only 3 storylines that WWE has really sold is a Seth Punk, AJ Lee, John Cena, and Brock Lesnar, which honestly they could have done much better with that one, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I think depending on who, I mean, I can't remember the card right now, but like truth be told, storyline.
Stephanie and Io for those.
Stephanie and Io, yeah. But truth be told, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be satisfied with the entire card. Because for me, when I watch a match, when I watch a pay-per-view, I need the entire card to at least end it with it being at least a B+ event. Because if it's anything less than that, I'd literally just spent my money. I spent $50 or 40 or whatever or $30 for no reason. If it's a C or D event, I'm mad.
As of right now, this is the card we had for Wrestlepalooza. Of course, we just had Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. More than likely, we're going to get the mixed tag team match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All out as of right now is Mercedes Moné defending the TBS title against Riho.
Mm-hmm.
The Hurt Syndicate against Ricochet and GOA.
Yeah.
And Adam Copeland and Christian against FTR.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And coming soon is, we don't know because of what we saw on Dynamite, it might be Kyle Fletcher and Hangman for the belt.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, I don't know. It might not be Kyle Fletcher because think about what we have right now as well. Mark Briscoe just challenged Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title.
Exactly.
We have to have an answer.
Yes.
So more than likely, sadly, the main event might be Hangman against Takeshita.
I know
that is not a sadly. That is not.
It's not a sadly
because it's Takeshita on the losing end, of course.
Oh,
on the verge of going for the IWGP title right now, which kind of sucks.
But if you remember what we saw in Dynamite, what did we? I mean, obviously I was in the watch party to the last hour, but I went back and saw the replay. I saw Okada already talking shit about Konosuke, so it's already like it's creeping up that this could be Okada and Konosuke at All Out or after. I think it all depends because I know that Zack Sabre is going to defend the IWG versus Ren Narita. So Konosuke already said the winner of that, he'll face the winner of that.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what date exactly. So most likely this is going to happen after All Out.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they save that Okada and Konosuke after All Out, probably towards like Full Gear or World's End. The only way this could happen if Okada causes Takeshita to lose.
That's my theory because I think they've already been like hinting at the fact that Konosuke is going to turn.
He's going to turn face. He's going to turn face.
Yeah, so I think the Kenny match might be the start of that, and then the actual match against Okada is when he officially turns. Which again, I mean, truth be told, Takeshita didn't really fit in there anyway. And he was already the breakout star in that group. Don Callis out here looking like NWO 2.0. You need something to do? I don't know what to do on the team. Just still join Don Callis.
Like how they're doing with Wardlow right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Steven got a good point here too. Because if Okada does cause Takeshita to lose this match against Mark Briscoe, then we got our answer that it might happen All Out then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good point.
But then I'm still with Justin. I'm still with Justin though. Takeshita still being on the losing side. I still can't see him getting a win over Okada even at that. And that's not something I just want to see for Takeshita at the moment.
I think the thing is part of his heel. I think part of his face turn is he has to lose to Okada for them to beat them up to actually have a rivalry between Takeshita and Okada, in my opinion.
Which I would love to see. I honestly would love to see Okada and Konosuke have a rivalry. If it has to be a trilogy, like for him to lose and him to win at World End, I'm all with it. I'm all with it because that guy. There's only one man that needs to put over that young man, and that's Okada. Kenny Omega already did it. He already done that. Now it's Okada's turn. So now if Okada can put this young man over, Konosuke, that's your future star for sure.
I mean,
he's
the
already
only
there,
thing, the only thing, like I said, the only thing that makes it confusing is like he's going for the, like you said, the IWGP belt.
Mm-hmm.
If they let him win, he's going to have the IWGP belt going after Okada, which again does make it a great one. Because truth be told, there is a part where that kind of goes, if he wins the IWGP belt and they have and they do a belt for belt championship thing,
mm-hmm.
and they let Okada win the IWGP and whatever the Continental belt is.
Mm-hmm. Unified,
yeah,
right? You call it United or United, whatever.
Unified.
That would be insane.
Oh yeah, yeah. So look, everybody's having that feeling. And shout out to see Fluid as well. And Alex, I know you used to know no more NWO.
Yes.
He already got one at New Japan,
Mm-hmm.
the House of Torture. And if Takasha goes against Okada all out, I agree with that too, Fluid. I am with you. That's where I'm kind of like Steven brought up, even though Steven made a solid point about tonight. But I still feel like it could be too rushed. But then again, they're out of options right now. MJF just got married. You know he's not gonna come back. He's on his honeymoon. You know, congratulations to him and Alicia Tout for the marriage. Congratulations, both of you guys. And I know he's gonna be out for a while.
Yeah.
Kyle Fletcher, it doesn't make sense. But like how Redeemer mentioned, Mark Briscoe wants that TNT belt unless he goes to have 2 matches in one night, which I don't see that happening. But unless he has it before, so Tony Khan got basically looking at the calendar between now and the next 2 weeks to book the card correctly. Yeah. 2 weeks. 2 weeks to do this.
The thing with those guys gone, this is a perfect time for somebody like Mark Briscoe to step up, become a champion with Kenny. I mean, at this point in time, trying to think who else. Give Darby Allin a little bit more of a rub against him and Mox. Like I said, you got a bunch of mid-card guys who are honestly just looking for. Now, I mean, I don't call them mid-card guys, but guys who are on that, like the lower part of the top card, who you still push to the top right now because they're already there to begin with.
I mean, like how Steven said earlier too. I mean, he's saying that they have to speed it up possibly because there's no Omega, no White, no Orange, no Kingston, no Osprey, no Swerve. So yeah, they have to. And then the same with Darby. You got Darby, Jump, and Moxley for sure.
I would not count out Kingston though. I would not count out Kingston because this is about he's coming like based on the training segments I've seen on his Instagram. He looked like he's real close, even though he looked like the.
He lost weight though, man. I tell you,
he lost a lot of weight, put on some muscle, but he looked like the Unabomber. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What the fuck? Now I gotta see that shit. Now. What the fuck? Go back and see it.
He got that good ass beard. I'm like, God damn, you moisturized that motherfucker. God damn.
Yeah, that's what we're questioning too, Bagel, because we're seeing
he's feuding with as of right now, it's the Callis family.
Yeah.
But they're just randomly inserted the Callis family when literally not even like a week ago, Mark Briscoe asked for a TNT title match against Kyle Fletcher. Which is yet to happen. But yet, now all of a sudden, Fletcher and the entire Callis family is feuding with Hangman for no reason. Like it's just unexpected. It's just all over the freaking place. Because honestly, like I could see it going down to where Omega is going to probably be the one to face Fletcher at All Out.
Yeah.
That's if Kenny will be ready by then, though, because he's taking time off because of some other personal stuff.
Well, this is probably why they did it. They probably did it just to take him out of the freaking match, just to take him off TV for the few weeks.
I don't think
he'll come back at the show and then face Fletcher.
Yeah, I don't think Tony Storm has a match yet.
I don't think so. No match made official. The only thing that happened with Tony Storm is she stood up in the balcony at one point and said something to the extent of, anybody step up and challenge. So basically, it sounds like she's throwing an open challenge out for All Out, which is kind of lame.
Yeah. but I tell you one thing, though, fellas. I think we might get our answer tonight on Collision. I think it's going to be Tekla. I think it might be Tekla tonight. I have a feeling. We saw it but did we see it last week, right? I mean, did it happen was it last Collision, right, Redeemer, or the one before?
Tekla's too busy feuding with freaking Jamie Hayter. So
what? Yeah. Well, unless they make that a number one contenders, maybe. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know if they do it. See, but then at that point, it's like, I mean, I would rather see Tony versus Jamie Hayter versus Tony versus Tekla.
Okay.
I want to see that too, but I think you need to wait because right now Jamie's not built up for that.
Yeah, I agree.
She's been off TV.
Huge
too
step
much right
back.
now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Meg will appreciate you.
Thank you, sir. So I'm
that question.
I feel like they're doing champion versus champion with Fletcher. That would be so bad.
That's a mistake. I mean, don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna lie. This new run of Fletcher actually is nice. I actually like this run Cal Fletcher has.
I love it.
But I don't think it should champion. But I do think Fletcher versus Briscoe, win against Hangman, is actually much fun. Because if it was me at Fletcher versus Briscoe, Briscoe beats Fletcher. But it's a non-title match, and Briscoe versus Hangman. I think we've had that in ROH before already.
Did we?
They don't have the singles ROH titles war hero. So
I don't know if it was a singles match. It may have been a tag match between Kenny and
send Wardlow over to ROH and have him take the ROH world title from Bandito.
I mean, they sent Mina to ROH, so.
Let's see. I don't want to tired of TNT champs always going. I know. That's all. I agree with you, that big. Eddie Kingston gets you looking like he gets probiotics from Hope. He probably does.
You do Eddie Kingston dirty like that, Just.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks because whenever I tell me if I'm wrong of what I'm saying right now. Like when Hangman won the last belt. What was his feud? Can you remind me before Punk? What other feuds did he have? Like, was it like great feuds when he won the belt the first time? Do you guys remember?
No,
I don't remember.
I know they failed. It was his first run, big time.
Yeah, because it wasn't really that long, was it? It wasn't really.
Honestly, no, it wasn't because it literally ended like not that long after.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think he did much.
It was a bad run. It was legitimately a bad run, and I think he won't say it out loud, but I think from a wrestling standpoint, he didn't really do much with championship. This one, I don't know about y'all, but this one feels a lot more significant than his first run did.
I agree with you. It's significant because of the story how it was told. But my concern now is with all the top stars that are injured or now on the reserve list. Now they got to go how you said earlier, the Plan B, like not mid carders, but the Plan B talent. For them to step up to be the eighth talent.
I think that's what Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe can be.
Well, yeah. I mean, that could be the case here, but I don't know. Tony Khan got 2 weeks to book this shit. He better start tonight to figure out how this shit out, because by the looks of it here, I mean, what we're seeing right now, I'll give my answer last, but I apologize. But Poppy, Izzy, you have so in the end, is it a win-win or lose-lose for the time changes?
Oh, I think it's a win. I think it's a huge win-win because the more Tony Khan likes, because I think Tony Khan has a huge card. It's full of people, of course, and you're gonna be up long term. Why not get it over? Why not start it a little bit earlier, 3:00, and still have people watch it through and through without having to fall asleep or worry about missing the main event? While on the flip side, instead of WWE giving you 13 matches like AEW is going to do and giving each match time, they're going to give you 5 matches and they're going to give each of those 5 or 6 matches a whole lot of time and they're going to put some substance to it. So AEW is going to give you a whole lot of matches with a whole lot of time. Start that early. That's great for your business. I think that works perfectly for you. Mm-hmm. WWE, brother, you've been like this new pretty much structure that you have with your match card, not pretty much overblowing it, giving us 5 or 6 matches, giving those matches time. We'll probably only get maybe a 10-minute match here and there with a whole lot of course, sponsorships, commercials, and whatnot. But we're still getting substance. I think it works for both parties, so I think it's a win-win.
See, that's the complaint. That's the issue I have. Honestly, I don't want commercials in my wrestling match.
I hate my commercials with this wrestling stuff.
There is nothing that pisses me off, and then you see the entrances for both wrestlers, and they shoot the commercial. The fuck they do during the commercial? Just hanging out, staring at each other.
See now that Eddie Kingston slimmed down, he went from going to the bodega to go to the freshman bar. Give me that whole grain bread, you heard?
But honestly, that is the problem I have with a lot of wrestling right now. Like, I don't want commercials. It's why like honestly I had to stop watching football. I'm like, man, they on 4. It's like it's 4th and 6, and y'all gonna go to a commercial now? No one even called timeout yet, but okay.
Okay, so here's your catch up for those that were talking about who he feuded with before he lost to CM Punk, before Hangman lost to CM Punk the first time. Literally, these are the feuds he had when he beat Kenny. Then he had the double feud with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah,
which was great way to kick it off. But then he had like Lance Archer in a Texas death match, random as hell, an Adam Cole matchup, which okay, I don't even remember that even happening. A random match with Dante Martin for the world title. A Texas death match with Adam Cole again. A match with Takeshita, and then he lost the title to CM Punk.
All right, I got you, Hendry. I'm sending
so like nothing. No. Other than Bryan Danielson, and that's about it.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem that I'm in fear of this situation of his title defense now because of the injury prone. So seeing Kyle Fletcher step up, I don't mind it, but I agree with with the title versus title. No, I don't want to see that either. Unless I'm saying that because I just realized one thing, gentlemen. It's September to remember. Unless that Tony Khan makes Kyle Fletcher lose the belt there. Maybe so. But ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the man who chokesdowns everybody and the myth and the legend himself. That is right.
All I gotta say is,
yo, what up?
What up?
Pasó, hermano. ¿Cómo está, papi? ¿Todo bien? Tranquilón.
You know, it's funny that you guys are talking about All Out, and I just finished doing my podcast right now, and that this looks like AEW may have not a great pay-per-view, because if you look at the 3 cards they got so far, they got Riho versus Mercedes Moné, and the first thing I'm going to say is why. And second of all, and the other 2 matches, they're not bad, but if you think about it, so many people hurt. You got Swerve out, you got Ospreay out, you got Jay White out, you got several. I mean, MJF may not be part of that because he just got married. Yeah. So I think he got married yesterday.
Yesterday. He got married yesterday.
So he ain't gonna be in the show unless I mean, or you're gonna have another cage match, and you're gonna have another like I said today, the Bloods and Guts. They haven't done that this year, so you're gonna have a Bloods and Guts where you're gonna have the Don Callis family against oh my God, Jet Speed and Omega and Hangman. I don't see Jet Speed in no cage match. I'm sorry, I don't see it. So they better come up with something, because also if that you just mentioned it right now about Tony Khan, he likes to have like 13 matches and have like a 5 to 6 hour show. And the only thing I can think of is if he has a 5-hour show, that means that the pay-per-view is going to go till 8 o'clock, which means it's going to be an hour lapse over the Wrestlepalooza. So, and Wrestlepalooza doesn't look that great either, if you think about it. I mean, are you guys excited to see Cena versus Brock again for like 20th time? and you're gonna have, that's not a match where it's gonna be exciting, because Cena is kind of slow. Brock is gonna give you suplex F5 and whatnot, and then the Seth Rollins and the Becky Lynch against CM Punk and AJ Lee is, you could determine who's gonna win that, but they're gonna probably win, and then they're gonna get attacked somewhere somehow. So and I mean, this, like I said earlier, this whole thing with the AJ Lee and CM Punk is pretty much a Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans from 2019, but now it's backwards. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're going nostalgia. That's what they're doing.
Okay.
At least the plus side is this is way better than the Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans.
Oh yeah, it's way better than that.
But my thing is, and I've been saying this I think we spoke about this last week when I came in here. WWE is not focusing on storylines. They're focusing in trying to get these big deals with these streaming companies, because they're trying to stop the AEW from getting into any other streaming, because once those TV deal comes within 3 or 4 years from now, the only one's going to be left, and I spent this last week, is Fox Sports.
No, you're wrong. You're not wrong at all, bro. You're not wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You're right.
Okay. I can see
So,
what you're saying.
so the thing is, they're not focused on doing new storyline. How much? I mean, if you look at it, this Seth Rollins, CM Punk has been going on for almost a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? And nothing has been solved. So if this is their way of long-term booking, they're sure doing a bad job of it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I would have thought already CM Punk would have beat Seth Rollins and moved on. You know? And if you look at also another thing that I noticed and I read that now Drew McIntyre may be the next challenger to Cody. Now my question is this: why is Drew McIntyre in a title picture again? It's been going on for 2 or 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And the Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquel, that doesn't sound bad. I just hope that Vaquel wins. Don't have Io Sky beat her again. You know what I'm saying?
I'll say it flat out. I don't think Io should lose. Io should beat Stephanie.
Yeah, so but what's the point?
Io honestly should beat Stephanie because Io's got this at least built-in story right now with the Kabuki Warriors and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I mean, my thing
is doing honestly nothing.
But that's WWE's fault because she was hot.
Oh, that is WWE's fault, 1000%.
NXT, and the minute she came up, they made her lose the first match.
They fucked her up. They've been fucking her up since she debuted in NXT, honestly, because they keep fucking rushing her. I don't know why they put everything of Stephanie Vaquer in fucking fast forward. It doesn't make sense.
I don't understand. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand why they brought her up from NXT so soon. Because if you look at their practice, whenever they bring someone up from NXT, they give them a big name first match, and they lose to someone on the main card. And so at the very least, the loss does not hurt them. But this time, they brought her up on the main card and essentially had her lose to a mid-carder.
But you know what that was, right? Because they were going to do that Triple H shit. So like Triple H and Triple H, she never wrestled Triple H. She wrestled CMML. So it's all about that. It's about nostalgia, and it's about look who we got. You know what I'm saying? But they're messing up people. Like right now, Julia. Anybody heard Julia? She won the United States title. What she's done. You know what I'm saying? And these two women, let me tell you something. These two women, I've been following them since they were in Stardom and Stephanie since CMML. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing is that once they went and signed WWE, I knew for a fact that they'll go to NXT, they'll be popular. But I knew for a fact when they came up to the main roster, they were gonna fuck them up. And I mean, even though Julia has the United States title, but what she has done with that? Nothing.
Barely yesterday, just one title defense. Barely yesterday against Michin.
What's that? She has that title for what? 3 months already? Some shit like that?
Almost 3 months. Yeah, about 3 months. Yeah. Right.
I mean, the real complaint is the real thing about her is that they have not let her do anything with anyone, and they had to bring on Kiana James to kind of be whatever the fuck Kiana James is.
You want to know what's shitty? I feel like this whole pairing is just to get Kiana over.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. I hate that feeling too, but you're not wrong. I hate that feeling, but you're right.
Yeah,
in a weird way. I think it is, and I hate that.
You're not wrong about that shit.
She's had the title for 69 days. That is it.
And it flew by. It flew.
Yeah. Julia has that belt for 69 days already?
Yeah, 69 days.
And one title defense.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. When you look at the recent call-ups, at least for the women's division, the person that's getting put in a really, really perfect place is Roxanne Perez. Like Roxanne Perez, they threw her into Judgment Day. She has a storyline. She has some backing to her. Stephanie Vaquer, C Fluid's text earlier about going younger. You know, Stephanie Vaquer's in her mid-20s. If she loses, we're gonna see a whole lot of Stephanie Vaquer. We're gonna see a whole lot of Julia. You know, like just because of the youth that they've brought in, and because they're at the main roster right now. Even if Julia drops the belt and she's gone for a month or two, she can come back and still be as dominant, still look like the Julia that we were seeing in NXT that had that exact same hype behind her. So no need to rush. Yeah, just no need to rush. Even though I love to see Stephanie Vaquer give a whole lot of success, it's still no need to rush it.
But here's the thing about Roxanne Perez that I don't think anyone paid attention to. And this goes back to what you said. It's the same storyline as Liv. It's the exact same. It is the exact same storyline as Liv getting into Judgment Day. Literally, she was an outsider, sucked up to the rest of the squad, eventually got put on the team. Roxanne got sucked up. This time, Liv got hurt, but basically she sucked up and got put in. It's the same storyline as Liv, so they haven't actually done anything with it, like new with Roxanne. Don't get me wrong. Roxanne is doing the best she can and just doing I think she's doing well but at the same time it's not a new storyline with Roxanne.
And the thing is with WWE, I swear to God, every time I see this show, it's like I'm playing WWE 2K25 because it's like all you gotta do is change the character. They're doing the same storylines. It's like you just mentioned Roxanne Perez, and I said this not long ago. I felt that she was the MVP as far as the NXT coming up, doing her thing, and she still don't have no title at all. You know, so she had the tag team title was because they gave her because Liv Morgan got hurt. Other than that, she every time I turn around, she's getting pinned. I'm like, are y'all crazy? As much as this woman has developed herself since 2019 when I first saw her in Ring of Honor as Roxy, compared to what she is now, and I feel like WWE didn't know what the hell they doing at all. I keep
saying it all the time. The only thing is we will not see Roxanne do a single damn thing until she gets out of Judgment Day.
If she gets out of Judgment Day.
And if they break up Judgment Day.
I mean, honestly, Judgment Day should have been broken up a long time ago.
They've overstayed their welcome big time.
Yeah. When they real left, they should have been gone after that.
No. Right. Go for it, Izzy.
I was just happy that we're just seeing, just some substance. We're seeing just at least some sort of help coming from Roxanne Perez's side. So, and of course, we're seeing the seeds getting planted. Dirty Dom, Finn Balor, of course, Finn Balor putting Roxanne Perez on in Judgment Day. So, of course, when they break up, who knows what this is going to be when it's all said and done. Hopefully, this will be the boost that Roxanne Perez needs. But just looking at her competitors on side with Julia and Stephanie Vaquer, like Justin said earlier, what do they have for them to bounce off of, in the future or long term right now? So I'm just really worried to see what they do, at least with Julia and Stephanie Vaquer when it's all said and done after the next month.
I mean, the other thing is that how long have they been teasing Dom and Finn having issues and causing a break of legitimate?
I'll tell you 6 months.
Yeah. 6 months literally is like, y'all gonna do something about it? And then JD comes back and you think, okay, this is when it happens. Nope.
Actually, they gave him the tag team belts when he came back. So not that they're a bad tag team, but it's just if you're gonna follow. I mean, I remember when Dominic won the Intercontinental belt. I was like, well, here we go. There's going to be a wrestling match between, Finn Balor, but it hasn't happened yet. So, and then they keep teasing it, and watch them go left, and then it never happens because that's what it comes down to.
Think about it. That's like Finn ate the fucking pin at WrestleMania for Dom to win the title. Where is Finn's anger at him since then? Other than that, all we've gotten is walking around and being like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to stir up some shit." And it's like, well, Finn, how about you stir up some shit and move the story forward for God's sake?
I will say this though: them bringing Roxanne in, Roxanne does, in my opinion, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Roxanne does more for Judgment Day right now than Judgment Day is doing for Roxanne. I mean, it's a good platform to introduce Roxanne, but truth be told, bringing Roxanne in as a personality, she is overshadowing everyone in there and is already the breakout star, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, you have Dom, but Dom's Dom. But for the rest,
now my thing is, when is Liv Morgan scheduled to come back?
They're saying hopefully by Rumble or after Rumble.
Damn, that long?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, what's the injury she has though?
I think was it collarbone or?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the collarbone. You're right.
Dislocated shoulder.
But like I said, Roxanne's Dom's already done his breakout thing, so he's doing fine. But truth be told, right now, if you look at that roster on Judgment Day, Roxanne's already the breakout star.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I mean, agreed.
Dominic, and then her right behind him. You know. Yep. I mean, Finn Balor, he's been around forever, and JD, but. I don't know. To me, I think they should just break that team up and just get it over with. And they should have a good feud with him, Finn Balor, and Dominic and start it now. Not fucking wait another 7 months.
I mean, right now, to me, Finn is in that same position Arn Anderson was. He's your solid rock stone, your stone guy. Like legitimately, he's your Arn Anderson. But that's not a bad thing, but it just is.
But now, we were talking about this before you jump on, Henry. I want to ask you the same question. This one right here, with the changes, is it a win-win or a lose-lose for these both products?
Well, this is what I said on my podcast. Guys, check it out. I said, like I mentioned, Tony Khan has the bad habit of having everybody, Ring of Honor and AEW roster in a pay-per-view, right? So to me, it could backfire for the WWE because by the time the wrestling fan, I'm not talking about AEW fans and WWE fans, I'm talking about actual wrestling fans. Overall, they're gonna be wrestled out. Who's gonna stand there and watch 5 hours of AEW and then sit another 3 hours to watch WWE? You know what I'm saying? You may not get over. Y'all got, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I do stuff like that. I watch a damn G1.
That's a legitimate question because, that's a full day. Like this ain't the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is this is not counting as far as WWE. They do an hour show, so that'd be like 4 hours. AEW be like 5 or 6 hours. That's 10 hours. Who's gonna sit in front of a TV that's not your guys and sit there and watch this 10 hours and watch wrestling? I can't do that. I mean, I'm saying I might see Wrestlepalooza probably the next day, but I don't think I'm watching. But to me, I think AEW did the right thing because there was no way, you know what I'm saying, that Tony Khan, I mean, he was being defiant as saying, no, I'm staying here, I'm staying here, I'm staying here. Somebody must have went to him and said, look, don't do it at 7 o'clock because then it may not go well with you and with your company. So might as well do it at 3 o'clock. And at the end of the day, you do 4 to 5 hours of wrestling, whatever you want to do. And then, then worry what the consequences later. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, now we talked about the injuries that's been happening at AEW. Are you going to do 4 hours or 5 hours of wrestling, especially when you got all the guys I just mentioned that hurt and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? And how are you going to do that? So I don't know. To me, I think if AEW kind of wins in a little bit because they don't have to go one-on-one with WWE. If they would have went one-on-one with WWE at the same time, I think it would not be good for AEW because then it's showing your ignorance. Like WWE is going to go all out. You know this. The ESPN, they're going to allow. They're going to do all this spectacular thing. Now they're going to bring all the nostalgia guys, Stone Cold, maybe the Undertaker. They're going to bring all these people out. You know what I'm saying? To show ESPN viewer, look, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Then you go going through all that, and let's say if AEW does the show on at that same time, it's nobody's gonna be watching it. Everybody's gonna be like, oh shit, look, you saw Undertaker here, and ESPN, let's go check it out. So you lose viewers. So them doing it at 3 o'clock is a smart move. You know? I mean, that is Super Bowl time. You think about it. that kind of afternoon start just reminds people of the Super Bowl. It's like, granted, the Super Bowl is like 12. Granted, the Super Bowl is 14 hours long, but still.
Fuck yeah, because all the commercials, the fucking the halftime
show, yo.
But the thing is, again, what is Tony Khan gonna do to make sure that his show overlaps Wrestlepalooza to 8 o'clock? Go ahead, Phil. I'm sorry.
No, you touched on it earlier. You said it yourself. Tony has a bad habit of he'll book a show. It'll be locked in for about a week before the event starts. Next thing you know, you got 14 matches from 3 different cards. 2 of them be like two Japan matches, some CMLL matches, and a couple of Ring of Honor matches. Going, how the fuck this card go from 4 to 13 matches in one day?
And C. Fluid just mentioned it. He said he wondered if New Japan are going to send over some talent. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised they send Stardom talent to have matches in there and CMML talent. It's going to happen because there's no way in the world you could do 4 to 5 hours show with the roster that you have right now that are injured and whatnot unless you're going to put a couple of matches with women in there, that's not really going to help because nobody's going to care about that. Because right now, if you look at it, the only ones right now as far as the women's division that matters, Toni Storm, the Triangle of Madness, Penelope Ford, Baines. So if you're going to do that, it's not going to catch people because, when it comes to women wrestling, a lot of fans are not too crazy about it. You know what I'm saying? So especially with that Rio and Mercedes Moné, that I don't know that I don't think that was a good idea to have that match. But again, I mean,
he chose it. Monet's the one that actually chose her. She's the one.
Yeah. But I mean,
why it's happening too. You know why it's happening. It's it's just there to give her a match to get her closer to beating Jade's record. That's all it is.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what it is.
I think she already passed Jade's record.
No, not yet.
Yeah, she
not yet.
Not yet.
Well, she was. Remember, they also want to pass Ultimo Dragon's record somehow.
Oh yeah. I think she's gonna take. There was a girl that she teamed up in England who has a belt, and she tried to hide it away from Mercedes, so Mercedes don't challenge her. So it's just a matter of shot 10 or 11
somewhere, and then shit. Mercedes is like fucking tweeted out an eye emoji, like watching that too, and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah. That's what they're gonna do. She's gonna break the record for Ultimo Dragon. She's gonna have 11 titles. I don't know which is gonna be the 11th, but
I mean, here's the problem I have with that entire thing is some of them belts don't count, and secondly,
none of those belts count except for the
they
TBS
don't count.
title.
They don't count. Only the TBS and then the Red
well,
Pro.
I mean, I can't say it doesn't count because if you think about it, the only reason she got all those belts is because she's promoting all these independent wrestling from other countries.
That's the question I have. That's my question right there.
That's what it is because if you think about it, a lot of
here's the thing. Other than just her holding the belt, and they don't go down and go, this is a list of belts she has. Like this is from Red Pro, this from such and such, this such. It's just she comes out with 10 goddamn belts. Doesn't mention the name that the belts are or the promotion that they're from. So I really do question the promotional aspect of it.
And first of all, there's a belt she's carrying around, which is the Owen Hart belt. That belt is independent.
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of fucking calling that shit out and saying it's fucking bullshit. We're walking around with that Owen Hart title. Justin was
the first person to call out the Owen Hart.
Justin's about to fucking have a heart attack about that. He was like, fuck my Owen Hart belt.
He only got defended once a year.
Hey, he's that with that fucking shit.
But that's what they're doing. They're doing all this shit so she could break the fucking Ultimo Dragon's record, right? But once I think she does pass the record, then you're gonna see her downfall, which I want to see how that goes. You know what I'm saying? If she loses all those belts, and then when she finally gonna lose she loses the last one, then she wins the AEW World Title. That's where I'm going with that.
I mean, that's not a bad call, and So here's the thing, and this is not. I will say this is not Mercedes Moné's fault. They do such a shitty job of booking her, and they don't book her to her strengths.
I'm gonna Redeemer respond to that because him and I had the discussion. What did we see on TMZ? What the fuck she said, Redeemer? Do you remember what she said? What did she say? She said it herself.
She said physically she has creative control.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a lot. All that is like you have a contract that says you could do this, and because of her name, they let her do it. But truth be told, she still has a writer, and she still has a booker and a producer, whatever the fuck they call them nowadays. The point of the matter is that there should be someone there going, "You sound like shit."
You know what's crazy? Well, they have Mercedes Moné as the face of the women's division on AEW instead of Toni Storm, who's the world champion. It's like ass backwards. I mean, I don't have a problem with it, but it's kind of ass backwards. But I see what he's doing, Mercedes Moné, because Mercedes Moné has that, more of that, that's the stardom because she was in WWE. So. Yeah. But again, the reason she got all these titles is because they're promoting they're trying to, I guess they're trying to work with other promotions outside of Europe and all that stuff, but also trying to, promote female wrestling, an independent company that we don't know about. So,
no, and I think that's a really great idea. The problem is that they're not Like, how are they promoting them other than just giving her the belt and letting her walk around with 10 belts? They don't talk about the promotions. They don't talk about who she beat to beat the promotions. It's usually they mention it as a one passer, like a throwaway comment. They don't even mention like where she won the belt or how long. They don't even show a clip of the match of the belt on the show.
The only
time we ever hear.
I think the only one they show was when she won it in Rev Pro. That's the only one I think.
That's
when she won it in
Yeah.
That's Will Ospreay promotion. He owns it.
That's
The only time they ever promote those titles, like anybody talks about those titles, is the freaking commentators. That doesn't give anybody at the show any idea of what the hell these promotions are. Nothing.
That is the only.
They're telling us. It's not like it's told. Like,
but you have to admit though. But you have to admit, Mercedes Moné's matches are good. They're not bad.
Oh no. That's
been better.
That's what I think right now.
Never been a problem.
Right now, the top three female wrestlers right now, I got Mercedes, Athena, and Toni Storm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I agree.
So,
100%. I agree with you. And truth be told, I feel bad Athena had to lose. But truth be told, yeah, you're right. Like Athena has been great. I mean, the Forever Champ gimmick is still one of the funniest ones as well as Toni Storm's. But like I said, it is. But here's the thing, though: Athena is representing ROH, and people know what ROH is.
Yeah, and she just did 1,000 days. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah. As the last champion in ROH history.
The last person who did 1,000-day champion was he won. He was the NWA champion, Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis,
Nick Aldis, and then right behind him, I think was Fatu with the MLW. He had like about 900. So you don't see that no more. 1,000 days. No. And Athena deserves it. I don't think anybody right now, as long as she's there, I don't see anybody in Ring of Honor beating her for that belt.
And honestly, I think physically, I think it goes back to what you said. I think because of her name and what she is, she's the perfect person to hold that championship.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they should be using her to get a TV deal.
We'll see.
Oh, that's what they're doing. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the TV deal. But again, if you think about it, we were just speaking about TV deal. We don't know who they're going to go to. They can't go to CW because CW has NXT. They can't go to the ESPN because right now WWE got that. They can't go to Peacock. I mean, the only ones right now I could think of is Fox Sports.
I mean,
they're the last one.
But this goes into another reason why I definitely think they're fumbling the bag with Mercedes Moné as well, because while you have WWE giving out these WWE IDs, left and right, they have all these affiliates with even the lower. I mean, we didn't even know too much about Knox Pro until, of course, of the Rajah Jackson situation. And then we found out, they are under a WWE ID, not anymore. But a lot of these companies and organizations, WWE are scooping them up. Tony Khan is blessed with the opportunity that you have a star in Mercedes Moné, even though a lot of people were 50-50 on her, but she's racking up belts night and day. All she has to do for just 1 week, this title is my Rev Pro Women's Championship. I won this by doing this. This is an open challenge today for this belt here. There will be an open challenge for the next belt.
Right there, that right there. That's all you need to do. You could do that.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Amen to that, Izzy. Good.
That is 100%. That's literally what they should be doing.
What they should do is, I don't know what happened to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, but they should have went and bought Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and the talent they had there, so then you could have a working relationship with Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and Ring of Honor. But they used to have that before. But I don't know what happened to Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. They went out of business probably a year ago, or they closed. Either one.
They shut down because of freaking AEW.
I'll answer that because I know for PWG, and I just know they're not shut down. It's just right now they're not. Homeboy's not doing Excalibur and what's his face? I forgot his fucking name. I can't believe it. They're not doing anything right now because venue situations, and they just rather right now lay low for quite some time until once they're ready to do it again, they'll do it again. Okay. That's why they've been booking. That's why we haven't seen much as of late. So I don't know how long it's been the last one. I forgot, but they'll do it when they can. And believe me, I know because shout out to the director. He was part of this show, but I know that he was part of that. Chris Kennedy. he knows Excalibur, and so that what I was told from him is just that right now they're just on base venue situations.
Okay,
so that's what I know. I don't know if it's the truth, but that's what.
Well, like I said, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about your plan, man. That shit. Like, can you imagine if literally like you treated like the US champion Open Championship or US Open Championship, you just like once a week or maybe once a month, you just have a belt. You challenge those who wants my thing, and you bring a talent from either over there, over here to do one match. Just do one match. Like it doesn't even need to be because they've done it before. Have one match on TV and then she loses, and I'm okay if she loses. I am okay if she loses, and Monet just keeps the belt.
Right.
But there's the answer that I feel. I agree with Steven.
Oh yeah, I guess Billy Starks would have to turn on Athena, but didn't they already have a battle?
They did. It was a great match.
They did have a battle, yeah.
Yeah, she lost, but it's understanding. It's gonna come to it's gonna come to the point when it happens. But other than that,
here's my one complaint about Billy Stark. Because I know how old when she started, it's like that is a 12-year-old child in the ring. Why are y'all letting her wrestle?
He's 21.
21. She's
21. She's 21. But like, remember, she started so young, and she was
I think at 18 she started.
Yeah, she was so good at 18. I'm like sitting there going, "You was a child. Why are you in that ring with them grown folks?"
Yeah. She's good. She's good at what she does. I mean, think about it. Look they put her with Athena. So you're gonna get better as you go. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a great idea to put those two together. I think Athena's a great mentor for her, and she has been. Her shit has been on the next level shit since she's been with Athena.
I agree.
Right now she's in that pure women's tournament.
There you go.
She won last week at Death Before Dishonor. She's in I think the semifinals. So I could see her winning it. I could see her winning it. She's gonna win that.
But the thing is, I had the same problem with Sky Blue because she has the same problem. She started when she was 18.
You know what's funny? You're talking about Sky Blue. Why is it that Sky Blue has been in AEW for so long? Every time I look around, that girl's getting pinned.
Well, I remember she was a champion where she almost became champion for a little bit. But I think I think they're having a problem putting her places because it's hard because she's like so gifted and talented. But like, there's like, I honestly hate to say, I think there's a bit of a glass ceiling on her shit.
Oh no!
I mean, one issue I think is mainly with her is the fact that I think she keeps getting fucking injured a lot.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. That's true. But I mean, he's so damn good in the ring.
Listen, you know what? You know one female. You know one female. There's two females in AEW that I'm waiting for them to just blow up and take over, and that's Megan Bain and Tekla.
Really?
Anybody can Tekla wrestle in Japan. That girl is off the chain.
Hey, she was in a fucking group faction with Mariah May. So
remember, she was also one of the only female members of Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
And she had an awesome match with Athena in January. Stardom. That match was off the fucking chambers.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing because I thought you were going to say because she's been getting a lot of bit of stroke was Queen Aminata.
Yeah. She's doing. I like what they're doing with her.
Yeah, so
pushing her.
But truth be told, if someone's going to, I mean, I know what they're trying to do, but if truth be told, if someone's going to beat Monet for one of her belts, I would rather it be Queen Aminata goes after one of them. Or even yes, Fluid. I know she grown. I'm just saying. I'm 50 years old. I'm 50 years old. That child always going to be small to me.
I know, but one thing I've been saying, and Redeemer heard me digressing. The one thing that they should really, since we see a lot of those women's on Collision, bring a fucking TNT women's belt for them. Have them compete for at least a belt for that. Since Tony Khan has a lot of belts,
what they need to do is bring the women's tag team belt. That's what they need.
Well,
he been jerking himself off with that.
No, but hold on.
He been coming up with some bullshit excuses why he don't want to do a women's tag team.
He's been jerking off on those tag team. That's a good one.
Like that.
Rated PG.
This is TV. But he did say on a media conference before All In, they mentioned that to him, and he said why? Because the injury prone side. So he has ideas who is going to get that belt. So he's already. I think he already has it.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just telling
this is my question. Like,
hey,
you can still have an idea who's going to win. Injuries or not, you have your tournament anyway. And when whatever team eventually wins, the team you want to win, you have them challenge for the titles after, and your storyline just got extended past the goddamn tournament.
Right. You know, Tony Khan loves tournaments, so that'd be perfect.
So I'm like sitting there going, "What you mean? What you mean you got injuries? He got 800 women back in catering, waiting for a shot at the goddamn belt."
I know.
He said 800 women.
Like good old Dwayne. 800 women. We had to pivot. Yeah, fucking pivot, then. God damn it!
All right, so let's pivot because we haven't even heard you, Redeemer, on this.
I'm sorry. Is Serena Deeb and Deonna Purrazzo not working anymore? Or they just
no, they in the tournament. No, they in the tournament. They in the pure tournament.
Yeah,
they in RH pure tournament.
You can put it right there.
Here's my thing. How about you put them in the AEW tournament and give them a belt? I'm just saying. Hear me out.
AEW messed up Deonna Purrazzo when she came in I think it was January of last year to challenge. I think it was Toni Storm. After that, you can't do that. You got to build somebody, then give them a title. So you don't give them a title as soon as they come in, because then after that, why is she chasing them?
That was Tony doing his shiny. That was his. Remember, that was what we called Tony doing his shiny toy syndrome.
Yeah,
he was cool. He's gonna put him in there right now.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of people right now. Megan Bain is one of them. The fact that they rocketed her to the women's championship.
Camille was another one.
Nothing with her.
Camille's supposed to be coming back.
Theoretically.
By when? Because she's over there buying cigarettes and beer, just chilling with her money from the Queen's fucking ring.
She's hanging out. She's hanging out in bodega.
She's hanging out in the bodega right now.
Fucking buying cigarillos and menthol cigarettes.
She's doing right now, chilling out.
Fucking backwoods.
Right.
Chilling like Mark's mom.
I was like, I know this wasn't like a sweat
but like I said, a tournament only needs 8 teams for a real tournament. 16 if you lucky, but 8 teams are all you really need for a tournament.
All right, attorney-in-law. So you want to do that shit? Fucking write it down and send it to Con.
It's 16 women. He definitely has 16 women in the back.
He got 16 women. Hell yeah. Shit, I could do a rundown on 16 women.
Right?
Exactly. ROH got ROH got 475 women.
I know. So let's let Redeemer answer this question. We haven't let him do
My bad.
Hey, what we do here? We debate, we discuss, we derail. That's not a problem.
Damn sure fucking derail. That's for sure. We ain't derailing, and what the fuck are we doing? Goddamn. But anyway, for this whole situation, it's a win-win for the wrestling fans, at least. I'm sorry. Like, again, you know these two companies, when it comes down to these two, are going to be super petty towards each other. So no matter what, even though Tony will not try and make it seem like he wants to compete, he will occasionally do it when he wants to. WWE will do the same exact freaking thing. And that's basically what they did here with Wrestlepalooza. They went and tried to go head-to-head to steal anything away from All Out, which is what they did. And then Tony realized, after seeing the card getting more and more jacked up for Wrestlepalooza, that at this point, you can't compete with it. You're not going to be able to compete with it at this point. And nobody wants to see it compete because, again, people want to see both shows at this point. Like, people actually want to watch both shows. And Tony, honestly, to me, made the best decision that you could have done. He could use the excuse of, it's the success of Forbidden Door, which he said that's the reason why he changed it to 3 o'clock. We know why. You didn't want to compete. And honestly, you don't need to fucking compete. Just put your show on and make it good. That's all it is at this freaking point.
That's it. That's what you have to do. Make it good.
I do got one quick question. Who do y'all think came up with the name Wrestlepalooza? Someone on WWE staff or someone at TKO?
No, that was fucking Paul Heyman shit. ECW and fucking Triple H said, let's use the ECW Wrestlepalooza. You know.
Yep, I agree.
That's my question. If you're gonna use Wrestlepalooza, there better be blood.
That sounds like
there better be blood.
OPC, that sounds like Wrestleputa.
Exactly. There better be if Paul Heyman used Palooza, it's because he wasn't talking about ass whooping and blood. That's what Palooza meant. I don't know who the hell.
Tommy has a question for you because she's been bugging me too. But put this up.
I'm sorry, Tommy. What we got?
For Buster biting OPC's dog's nutsack. What?
My dog is a female, Tommy. It's not a male.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
Tommy,
was the cat going for them nutsack and then there was nothing there and the cat got upset? I mean, if that's the case, we might have a case. If that's the situation, we might have a case of like false advertising.
Yes. To sum it up, basically, yes, it's a win-win because now for the wrestling fans, you get to watch both.
You don't think the fans are gonna be burned out by the time they see Wrestlepalooza? Jeremy?
Some probably will, honestly. There's going to be those fans that are going to sit down. They're only going to watch All Out. And they probably will save Wrestlepalooza for the next day. There's probably a lot of people that are just going to watch Wrestlepalooza and just completely ignore All Out. And then you got the fans that will just be fucking bonkers like us, and we will be watching both at that point. You never know.
I mean, keep in mind also, some people may just do what they do during the Super Bowl, turn it on, and then do shit around the house just to have it on in the background.
Yeah, shit. I'll do it.
That's what I do on WWE shows.
Listen, when it comes down to it, I'll do fucking two devices.
That's what I do when I watch WWE shows.
Think about it. If they've already paid for ESPN, the basically pay-per-view is free. So they just they open up the app and watch it.
We already summed it up at this point. Like at this point, if we do both, we're gonna freaking watch. I'm gonna do two devices.
The same people.
I'm gonna have to do the same thing. Two devices. I gotta do the same shit.
Yeah, I'll keep it on. I'll keep freaking All Out on one. I'll be watching All Out all the way up till 7 o'clock. And if they ain't done by 7 o'clock, I'll put Wrestlepalooza on a different freaking channel on something else, and I'll keep watching All Out on the side until the shit's over, and then I'm switching over to freaking Wrestlepalooza.
Fucking dedication, bro. Dedication, bro.
You know what? For me, it's like it gives me a day to do a barbecue that day and just fucking put it on and then enjoy the barbecue and then fucking got an asada right there and enjoying the wrestling. Fuck, that's just me and how I do it.
Shit, bro.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is a win-win for both. Because regardless of the community, the IWC community, we already know everybody has to pick and choose. I don't like tribalism. I've been saying that forever, and I hate tribalism. And here it's a win-win for both. Like Henry said earlier, it could be more for AEW because they're starting off first. By the time the evening comes, people are going to be tired. It could be, but at least the one thing at the end of the day, here both products are going to win when it comes to the day or the day after. Because the replay, they're able to get those wins that weekend. But then again, remember, keep in mind, gentlemen, now football's back. So we're going to have to, whether Tony Khan, and remember one thing, Tony Khan has only competed with NXT when it comes to Dynamite. That's his show, right? However, we've never seen these two collide in a pay-per-view. Yeah. Never. So it's going to come to the point that Tony Khan is going to have to. And he won't lose. He won't.
It's crazy that you say that because then to top it all, we don't know the schedule of college football that week, so you don't know there could be a top ranked team going face to face. And I totally forgot about that, the college football. So I don't know. That's just also the fact that WWE is on ESPN, right? Now, how many people are going to be watching that? And it's at ESPN Plus.
Just regular unlimited. No, it's unlimited.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what's you gotta pay separate for that shit or what?
That's the $30 one. That one you get everything, including with WWE.
Oh, okay, so
it depends. No, it depends though. There's two of them. There's ESPN Plus and ESPN like Unlimited.
Yeah,
if you have regular ESPN,
you won't get WWE. Remember we said it last week. We broke it down last week.
We did. You won't, but you have to pay for it if you don't have the plus. There's the premium and the unlimited version.
In order to get WWE, you got to pay that. But the other ones, you don't get them.
I figure out how I'll see it. Trust me. But anyway, I ain't paying no fucking $30. You bugging.
All I gotta say is thank you, Stephanie McMahon, for the option.
Yeah.
So the thing is that again, the college football games is all going to come down to, and it's going to hurt both of them because remember it's a 3 o'clock. All Out's at 3 o'clock. Now, let's say there's a game at 1 o'clock and it's going on. How many people are going to be watching that? Because you have
there's some of the games that weekend.
Oh, look at that. Florida versus Miami, Michigan versus Nebraska. But it depends. It said the rest of shitty games.
Steven's a fucking football man.
But then again, any of those two games, depending on the time and how many people are going to be watching. So I think the fact that you have college games on that day is going to hurt AEW, and then college games at night is still going to hurt WWE. Depending, I mean, it might be shitty games, but you got fans. Football fans, there's a lot of football fans.
Of course, that's like
football fans. I think are outnumbered fucking wrestling fans. So
I agree. It's like how in Japan, the Japan #1 sport is baseball. Like here in North America, it's difficult to say between soccer and football. I don't know which one. It's difficult, but I feel soccer is number one in my opinion. But I don't know.
That's the thing. I mean, does ESPN think that their app is going to be supplemented by like wrestling fans, or it's going to be fans of sports, and they're going to go, shit, there's wrestling going on right now. I don't want to watch that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I agree with that.
Because, like I said, I mean, if you look at ESPN, that's one of the big sports joint. And again, if you got those games going on, I mean, are they gonna watch? Are they gonna watch Wrestlepalooza, or they're gonna watch the football games? Right? Especially look at the time at 7:00. So if you're a football fan, you probably drunk already because you probably had a cookout outside your house, and you may be drunk, and you'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna watch," college football. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? I mean,
no, you're not wrong. I agree with you, Bobby. I agree with you. You're not wrong.
Shit, that would be me. I'd be like, "Yo, I want to watch a football game." Especially if I'm twisted, I'm gonna fucking sit down and eat hot dogs or whatever the fuck.
Exactly. I'm with you on that.
So it's gonna hurt both of them. So.
Next topic, gentlemen, is we got now. It's official. This is the creative team for Lucha Libre AAA. So I'll read it for you. So we do have Papa H, of course, being the top one, the main one. His support team is, of course, Jerry Borash, Mark Calloway, who's part of it, The Undertaker, and Conan, who's part of it. Dorian Rodon, which is, of course, the formerly owned the family. The other producers, we have Matt Bloom, Pete Dunne, Chavo Guerrero. We have Moody Jack, Jack Melendez. Juan Rivera, Savio Vega, which he did announce way a long time ago that he's going to be a part of that, which I'm fully aware. Lindsay Dorado is part of that as well. And there's another person they never mentioned, but to give their input, this HBK will give input to Levy Skew, Barbecue Levy Skew, just telling you that. And that's what we have by far, this new creative team moving forward when the Worlds Collide happens next Friday. So you guys like this creative team? Conan already said it. They asked him the question that we all thought the same thing. What is there going to be changes? Is it going to be the same? He on his podcast, he said everything's going to stay the same. Just going to give more inputs, ideas, help Borash, help him with more production, with television, because he is great at that. We've seen what he's done, his credentials at TNA. That guy did help a lot with the production back in the day when it was TNA, NWA TNA. He did help a lot with the filming and everything. So I got to give Borash credit to the world for that. And he's, obviously helped NXT to that. And now he's helping AAA to get to that level because let's be real here. And I've seen it myself. Their production was shitty when it comes to really television, where to point the cameras, where the angles, where everything. It wasn't the greatest at all. It was bad. He has, by far, of what I've seen, he has really helped them elevate better on television screen, on the television. So I'm seeing Borash doing that. But my question to you, gentlemen, is this team that I know they have. But remember, just before I even pass to you guys, Papa H is only going to give maybe more of his input. But we know that Conan is going to be more giving the charge head of that because he's been there since I don't know how long, since Dorian hired him before he sold the company. So we know that Conan is his top right-hand man, along with Jeremy Borash. So are you guys really going to be excited because we might get AAA also be in that? We talked about it last week or week before, that they're going to be part of that group of the TV deal with TNA. If TNA finalize that deal with CW, which we don't know if it's going to happen yet, or with Peacock, if it does, they'll get AAA involved too as well. So you guys tell me how you guys feel about it. So I'll pass it to Papi Redeemer. Your thoughts on this creative team.
I don't really have much to say about it. I just think it's a pretty solid, like, creative team, honestly. Because think about it, so far, everything AAA that's been put under the WWE banner so far has been great, flat out. So if this creative team has been responsible for all of that so far, at this point, it's a damn good team. It's been freaking fantastic so far. Like, the fact you have the Undertaker in there is great. Pete Dunne is like kind of seeming like he's moving on from, in-ring stuff and doing some producing, which is kind of freaking cool. Now he's back there doing stuff with like Bobby Roode's doing nowadays and stuff. So that's pretty freaking cool in its own right. So just flat out, it's a solid creative team, and it's honestly been a damn good one if you think about it, because of how successful the shows are now that AAA has the better production now under the WWE banner, because like you just said, they've had a lot of bad production over the years before this now, and now look what they got. WWE's got it right now, and everything looks crisp, everything looks spot on. We don't have to worry about, from what I've heard, the stuff with like when Vampiro was on commentary and stuff that's happened when he's been there. So thank God we don't have to worry about that anymore. So it just sounds like they've literally done better for AAA now that they have better production, people to actually, make these everything interesting now in AAA. So I think it's a great team, honestly.
Okay. How about you, Izzy? How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. It's a really, really funny mix, just because of course you're hearing Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight. I can see the contribution there. Savio Vega has worked for pretty much damn near every promotion backstage, so you can kind of already tell, with his background. It was just, you bring up the name Mark Calloway. I'm like, who? I'm sorry. It's just like, we're gonna have the Undertaker back there. Like, I was like, well, but outside of that, of course, man's a legend. Of course, he has an insane amount of knowledge to bring to, of course, not only just the youth there for the AAA roster, but also the veterans there that have wrestled long term. So I am really, really interested, because I do love seeing the guys that are showing that they still can go in the ring, guys like Pete Dunne, but also are interested in like the backstage stuff and what's going on. Seeing Abyss, backstage. I think that's just cool stuff, that you see guys making that transition. So I love knowing that, and I definitely would love to see if we're gonna get some more Unreal episodes. I would definitely love to see the follow through of the wrestlers or former wrestlers, in that bag, in a suit, like in a suit and going it through. So I definitely want to see how this AAA show is going to run. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be fun.
Awesome. Poppy Henry, how do you feel about this?
Well, you mentioned that Conan is in there. I mean, Conan was running it before WWE bought it, and you just said that the camera angles were horrible. All that. Listen, I know how WWE works. WWE bodies, and right now they of course, when it comes to the camera work, they are legendary for that, right? But see, they got Conan's not going to be there too long. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He's gonna get canned. He's gonna get canned and whatnot. It's just a matter of time. Savio Vega, he'll probably stay there, whatever. AAA is not going to be the same like it was before WWE bought. You're not going to see a lot of Lucha Libre stuff. You may see more of WWE style. Remember, WWE does not believe in anything outside of, as far as wrestling is concerned. They don't believe in strong style. They don't believe in none of that. There's the WWE way. It's just a matter of time. They told that they roster when they had it before the last show they had. Oh, don't worry about it. We're trying to elevate it. Yeah, they're gonna elevate it. They're gonna elevate it WWE way, not the AAA way. So guys like Conan, he's gonna get canned. Jerry Borash, of course, he's great what he does. What he did in TNA and all that stuff. But I knew TNA. AAA. It's not gonna be that lucha style wrestling anymore. It's just a matter of time. They got Undertaker there. I don't know how much knowledge he has of lucha libre. You know what I'm saying? Chavo Guerrero, yes. You know what I'm saying? Savio Vega, I don't know if he knows much of lucha libre. He's mostly like strong style type, not strong style, but he never was the high flyer in Puerto Rico or anywhere else. But For now, they probably will give you 2 or 3 shows. I just saw somebody said that on the comments that the last show didn't look like a Lucha Libre show, but those are signs. I say those are signs. Things are gonna change, and they're gonna change real quick. Is that they're gonna give you Lucha Libre here and there, but it's gonna be WWE style.
Okay. All right. Attorney at law. What do you got for us?
I gotta tell you, if you didn't mention Matt Bloom, I would say it's probably going to be the same. Matt Bloom, here's the thing. Matt Bloom has probably been WWE's secret weapon in trainers for the longest time. Like, literally, if you want somebody to train your wrestlers when they come in, Matt Bloom is probably one of the best trainers WWE has used. He's got anybody who's anybody in NXT went through Matt Bloom to get to where they are.
Yep.
So if you put Matt Bloom down there, it's like what you said. He wants them to pretty much be shaped more like a WWE wrestler than a Lucha Libre wrestler. I think the biggest issue they're going to have is, I think you're right. I think Conan's going to leave soon. I think the owner's probably going to, what's name's going to probably stay there maybe for a little bit in name only.
Savio Vega?
Yeah. And like literally, but I think the problem is going to be they're going to start shifting it. And I think it's going to be because they do not understand Lucha Libre culture. Like they don't. Like
I agree with that.
I think doing that with that mindset, because I don't think they're trying to make Lucha AAA the AAA system big enough to go around the world. I think they're trying to make Mexican wrestlers that are WWE go around the world to get more clout for WWE's regular band.
Lord, I forgot about that shit. Lord Tensai.
I mean, if you think about it right now, look at the Mexican wrestlers that signed with WWE. Maybe Penta's probably the one they pushed the most. Ray Phoenix, he hasn't done really much. Dragon Lee, that dude came in and they have not done shit with this guy. This guy is fucking legendary in Japan.
Preach the fucking words.
I saw him wrestle Osprey. Was it Osprey? I think it was Osprey.
For the
Bandito.
Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, at the G1 Supercar, and here in New York City, I saw him wrestle, and the guy, he's fucking it. But that happens because he did some kind of effed up shit to AEW. They ended up teaming up, I forgot, with Hove to win the AAA titles from FTR. And then he ends up signing. Karma's a bitch. I always say that.
I think it was Lurker. Don't get me wrong. I think I gotta double check. I don't know.
Yeah, Karma's a bitch, but WWE doesn't know how to use outside talent as far as like international talent. They don't put some. I mean, tell me who was the last wrestler that came from another spot for international that became mad big in WWE?
The closest you would have is Asuka. That lasted for 10 minutes. Io might count as that person, but that's only because Triple H likes her. But truth be told, and I will say this till I fall down, that is not the Io from Japan. That is WWE.
No, hell no. She changed with the day she stepped
that is WWE. That is WWE's Io, and yeah, she's still great. But that is not the same woman I saw in Japan.
No, it's not, because it's the same with Oscar. The same, because when they both stepped into that NXT platform, they switched their styles automatically. So they're not the same strong style.
And I do understand that. I understand that to a certain point, and that's fair. Right. They're going into a WWE system, but this is AAA. AAA is not going in the WWE system. AAA has been around. Not as long as WWE, but damn near as long as WWF/E. Damn near.
They've been
but either way, Lucha Wrestling has been around longer than WWF, WWE. Like the culture of the wrestling. There are movies dedicated to Lucha Libre wrestling.
Hey, don't be hating on the Santos movies, all right, man? You call it Santos.
Exactly.
Or Blue Panther. Hey,
exactly. Exactly. And the thing is, I'm worried that like. No offense to Mark.
Talk to Mexican over here, man. You talk to the Mexicano right here, bro.
Exactly. Like, no offense to Mark Calloway, the Undertaker. The fuck do he know about?
I got my mask.
Change out. The Lucha AAA wrestling has been around since 1992.
Yes.
33 years.
Yeah, but Lucha. But how long has Lucha wrestling
has been around? OPC, how long? About 67. Actually, longer than that. 97 years.
About almost 100 years.
Yeah, CMML is like 90. CMML is like what? 94 years old, 93, something like that.
Yeah, because remember
that is ingrained. That is ingrained in the life.
Extra on that. That's how it started. CML started with the first one, and then Peña was with Peña, the original owner.
Yep.
he was partners with the CML's original owner. They were doing great. They got beef. They separated. He started AAA.
Now that's the concern, and that's the concern I have. That's the concern I have, that for something that's been around essentially almost 100 years in Mexico, that's ingrained in the culture, bringing some people in who may or may not understand it, and may be willing for the quote of, and I use this prayer quotes, modernization to make it more appealing to a wider audience. I'm worried, like you said, they're gonna water that shit down.
Listen, and the thing, and right now that you said that, I agree with you with that. Is that going to hurt AAA and make CMML much popular over there? I mean, CMML's got better camera angles and all that for now.
Oh, agreed. No, agreed.
For now, and the wrestlers are much better than AAA. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if WWE decides now they brought all these people and they decide to change the culture, like you said, and change everything the way Lucha Libre is supposed to be, and turn it to the WWE way, Mexican people are going to be like, well, I'm not paying no money. I want to see Lucha Libre. I'm not paying to see WWE. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to go see MML.
But here's the thing that you guys forgot, and I'm going to offer reflection one thing. Before WWE even got involved in this situation with them, AAA already changed their atmosphere, their culture way before they even came in and tried to buy the product. They transitioned their wrestling to more entertainment as the years was developing more and more. CML stuck with traditional professional wrestling. They stuck to that. Their Lucha Libre is still there in CML. And that's why they're great what they do. That's why CML bought their arena, the Arena Mexico. They own it.
But I'm sorry, but that right there is the problem.
No. And I'm not saying you're wrong. Right. That's what I'm trying to get to. My point is that AAA already inputted the entertainment aspect, and now what WWE is going to do is try to input their entertainment aspect of the North American style of what they have,
and that's going to be a problem.
That's the problem. I agree with that. Lucha. Here's the thing, though. Lucha and CML were already entertaining. Like they already had their entertainment aspect of it.
Agreed.
It was based on the culture that they were in.
Agreed.
If they're coming in to make it more North American or quote unquote Western style over something that's been happening at the very least minimum 50 years, I think you are absolutely right. People will run to CMLL because it's like, yeah, it's nice over there because with the camera and stuff, but if something's giving you exactly what you want, you could complain about the camera angles and all that other stuff, but you will forgive that a lot easy if it's doing its best to give you what you want.
Absolutely. And you're not wrong about that. I agree with you 100% because even me, I remember watching CML when I was a child, like the angles that they both had during my childhood was almost the same. Not really, but the one thing CML has kept is tradition. They never change their aspect of adding entertainment to it. They add entertainment when it comes into the ring. They don't do storylines or none of that shit. They just book matches. This is why, boom, boom. They don't even do promos but now they do, but they do it quick.
But here's the interesting.
On the other hand, they do that now. They invert it more.
5 minutes.
They did expand it, but here's the thing that's funny. In that ring, the storyline develops right there for you to see.
Agreed, absolutely.
But here's the funny part. When you talked about the bad camera angles, here's the thing. When I watched it back in the day, it was NWA. NWA had one camera angle.
Oh, but that's different.
Literally, it was. I know. But in comparison to WWE, which had sky shots, all this other shit, but NWA had one angle.
Yeah,
it was like literally, there was nothing special about it.
Even AWA had the same shit.
Exactly.
AWA had only one angle.
Yep. Exactly. It was that one camera at the ring. And don't get me wrong, it was not flashy, it was not special. But it gave me what I wanted: pure wrestling and wrestling with storylines and stuff like that. All I'm saying is that I'm just genuinely worried that in an effort to quote unquote be modern, they're gonna gentrify that shit and we gonna fucking lose AAA, and that is my concern.
Well, one thing that I will say as a new viewer to both CMLL and AAA, and watching the two, watching AAA under WWE's umbrella, it's fun to watch. It was super cool. Of course, it's entertaining. You're not gonna get anything more organic than that Mexico entrance in CMLL.
I agree.
The crowd singing, people are literally hugging each other, swaying back and forth, singing. And then, of course, right afterwards, when we get to, I believe it was either Dynamite or Collision, he makes his entrance again. He makes his way through the ring. They're still singing. You know,
you talking about Mystico?
Yeah, Mystico. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's organic. Like that's something that you see that's organic, and something that you see is, you know, something that's built from the ground up. You know, just as a new viewer, just as something that somebody that's watching from the outside looking in. When you're looking at AAA, that's under the umbrella of WWE, you can see, yeah, of course, everything that you're seeing is under a WWE umbrella. So you know, you kind of already know what you're going to get. You know, in terms of that.
Yeah, and that's what, like a lot of the talents. I mean, a lot of talents are fearing, besides the audiences and us audience as well, is that it's gonna turn out to be how, you know, Henry said. It's just that when it comes to them try to input a lot of more additional entertainment, which they already have inputted already when they did the changes, and that is where it's gonna be more Americanized, which I don't think the Mexican audience is gonna want that. They want to just keep it how it is,
and they're gonna lose. And they're gonna lose fans for that. I
agree. That. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think they're gonna lose talent because of that as well.
But it depends how long the talent are stuck with WWE. Because remember, a lot of those contracts right now are under WWE, and WWE's known like, oh, you want to leave? Oh, you go home, stay home, and let's say if it's a year or whatever, and then now you home doing nothing, getting paid to do nothing.
I think that's a thing. I think it works like that would be a detriment in America. I think because of the fact that Mexico has such a strong culture of it, they have long memories. They remember people that there are times I'm watching some stuff and they're mentioning shit I don't even remember anymore.
I remember that shit because
even if they go 90 days and these guys come back, I think they would be all right anyway. Even though technically in NDAs, I don't know if the NDA is still. I don't think they can do NDAs.
I don't think in Mexico. No, I don't think with
that'll work over there.
Like I said, I think they could take their breaks, but I think, and the other thing you have to remember about AAA is that AAA is not WWE. Those cats are legitimately worldwide, even if they're not known like publicly within the industry. A AAA wrestler is not something people laugh at. So they could leave AAA and they are still looked upon well.
Shout out to the Banger.
Banger.
Little Tim King is like, I'm going to sound like a real American, but I think both AAA should benefit from their North American partnership.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
No, that's not the argument. The question is will that partnership change the inherent nature of the companies themselves?
Yeah, because it's all about the fans over there. Here, you know, like CMML right now, the only time that I used to hear about CMML was when they used to do Global Wars with Ring of Honor or New Japan. I never really watched it. I love that shit. Yeah, I really didn't watch it. Like, you know, I never knew how to get a show to see it, whatever. I started watching CMML once AEW started doing their thing because I always liked the AAA. I thought AAA, because of the wrestlers they were dealing with AEW, with Penta and, you know, all those things. And I've been watching AAA since '94 when their WCW did that Worlds Collide, whatever it was.
In the sports arena.
Yeah. So, you know, and that was the first time I saw Art Barr teaming up with Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
I remember that. So, you know what I'm saying? But CMML, you rarely heard anything about it. You knew they would have been around for 90 plus years or whatever it was. But now with these both promotions being shown in the United States, again, I think CMML ends up getting exposed more because now, like I said, WWE bought them and it's going to be the WWE way. And people are going to be like, wait a minute, this is not really Lucha Libre. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter, like I said, maybe right now they're not showing that, but within time, you're going to see it.
Yeah, no, and I agree with you on that. It's going to be showing in time. But one more thing, though, to add on to that. Here's one thing that we forgot, and you guys should remember this when we heard this years back, and when they began with NXT UK. What did they say a long time ago that we're trying to do? Is input their developmental internationally. This is the key now to do this to add NXT Mexico. You know how they're able to do that? Tell Conan, because he owns, Crash Lucha Libre. He owns it in TJ. Guarantee you, if they tell Conan, hey, bro, could we add this? We could do it as an ID. Then later on, you're going to see Conan's and it'll probably even agreed. Money talks. I hate to say that, but it's real talk. I'm just telling you right now that Conan.
Well, here's something else you have to remember as well. The people, or at least we'll say, I can't pick a percentage properly, but at least a good percentage of the Latin population in this country were fans of AAA and CMLL in Mexico.
Because the thing is, there was no.
No. Let me finish though.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But the problem I have is that when you bring it up, if they weren't watching WWE because they didn't think of it as real wrestling, if they come up and you say AAA is owned by WWE, will you be able to? Because obviously AAA they bought AAA to get that Latin base in America as well.
Agreed because and I agree with you. The fact is, because God rest his soul, after Eddie, they had, even Mysterio on his way out, retiring, they don't have anybody else, but there's only one person, and it's Dominic. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Dominic he's the last Latin guy. They tried with Del Rio, did not work at all. What the fuck happened with him? It fucking failed. They tried. So the
question, if you don't, like I said, if you don't show a respect for the culture and respect for like the style that got them there, like I said, I understand entertainment. I understand trying to expand it. I understand financially AAA needed the help, but that is not an excuse to pretty much quote unquote push down their ideas and put yours on top of it.
No. I'm with you on that. I'm not saying that. I'm with you on that. My thing is more of this is the beginning, Tim. Just to clarify, no, AAA will not be the come. No, it's Conan's. Maybe I don't know. I hope not. I hope not. But remember, Conan has his company, Crash Lucha Libre in TJ. They can start with that. They can use that as their developmental.
Yeah, it's true. What Team King is saying is they might do an NXT Mexico, and they could use that for the young talents coming up, and then you come up to AAA. You know what I'm saying? But I think the only reason also WWE went after Mexico was because they couldn't get no NXT Japan, because New Japan owns that.
What do you think? Of course, remember, Henry. What do you think? Why they did the whole unified promotions in Japan? For that reason, that's one of the reasons why they did it, because they didn't want no North American product to go over there and try to invest on their international fucking platform. That's the main reason why All Japan. Dragon Gate, everybody came together and unified what it was way back in the days here in North America.
Yeah, but remember now, All Japan, I don't think All Japan is not working with New Japan. I don't think they are. But I know Noah works with New Japan and sometimes works with WWE. So they're staying neutral, but WWE can't go to Japan and be like, well, we're going to do an NXT Japan. It's not happening. They try, and they showed them the door. That's why they went after Mexico. So they could have an NXT Mexico. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And that's why I feel like with this purchase, it's gonna give them now the opportunity for them to do the NXT Mexico. And because there's only one independent promotion, that's Conan. There's others too, but not like the locals.
I'll be honest. I think doing an NXT Mexico would probably be their biggest mistake. I think that'll be
that's my fear as well. I'm not saying that you're wrong.
OP, I'm telling you right now, Conan's not gonna last long. I'll give that boy 6 months.
I gotta give him.
I'll give him a year. I'll give him a year.
You give him a year. I give him 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Once he starts seeing that he can't do what he wants to do with the product, because remember, you got Undertaker there, you got Jeremy Boraz, you got all these people putting their input. It's not like before that he put all his input, he wanted to do match. You know what I'm saying? He probably had a couple other people helping him. Once that happens, once he sees that he can't do what he used to do with AAA, he either leaves or they let him go.
I think they're gonna let him go.
They're gonna let him go. I think so too. I think he'll get a.
But hold on, gentlemen. There's one thing that. The only thing that can back him up, not besides what his production here, is Rey Mysterio, because remember, he is the godfather of his son. He's the godfather of
I don't think that. I think you think WWE cares about that shit. They don't care about that.
I know they don't care about that.
I mean, don't be surprised they're bringing Shawn Michaels in there to pull his input.
No. That's why it says right there. He can't do it fully because he is committed to NXT. He's only going to give this input what he sees to report to Levesque and to everybody else on that team. That's it. Other than that, he can't get involved full time because he's already has, his fucking cross-eyed ass is already focusing on NXT. I don't know where exactly he's looking at. Shit. Look at bottom. I know you're looking at the bottom, but look up here. He should be staring at me, but he's looking at Justin.
Yeah,
exactly. He can't do that. But I mean, look,
we can't have an eye-to-eye conversation.
No, hell no, you can never do that with that guy.
What the fuck?
I can tell you that ever since Galavisión, Univision kind of like did what they had to do years ago when AAA and CML were televised on weekends. I remember every Saturday morning, afternoon, or Sundays, I'll wake up and see that shit, eat myself a bowl of cereal, and see after when it was Saturday, golden era was finished, I was able to see that. And
I could take it more back than that. I remember Chavo Guerrero Sr. back in the day with the Mil Mascaras, Dos Cara, all that. Yes. I used to watch that when I was like, 4 years old, 5 years old. We're talking almost 50 years ago. That's how old I am. So anyway, I know way back then.
That's history. That's history, puppy. That's history.
Yeah, it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, for them to even, if they, like I said, if they tried to change the culture in AAA and they tried to put that WWE mentality, they're going to lose fans. I don't care if they do Worlds Collide with NXT and you're changing the whole shit. That's TNA, whatever. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? It's going to end. They're going to end up losing people.
I'm with you on that, and that's the fear that I have, and I hope it doesn't, because if they do try to do that, they're gonna notice by the fans not being there. They're gonna notice that shit.
Yep.
But all right, last topic of the night, which is the hottest one topic, because I've been wanting to hear. I know Phil probably will be back hopefully because he got to take care of something. But the biggest question in professional wrestling, gentlemen: fear to put over or not interested? I could name a couple of them. One we already got, who's no longer there. That's Kevin, Killer Cross, Karrion Kross. We already see the put of how they kind of put LA Knight, but it didn't happen. Jey Uso, you gave him the belt, but then boom, out of nowhere, quickly. And then there's who else I could mention. Those are my top three that in my mind. But in your eyes, gentlemen, what you guys see in any product. It doesn't have to be just WWE. It could be AEW, could be TNA, could be even New Japan as well. Anything, or even AAA or CML. What is the problem that the promotions have? Is it fear to put them over, or is it they're not interested to do it, or is it both? That is the biggest question.
I'll say it flat out. I think it's both. I think it's both. Because sometimes I think it comes down to that point.
Name them, Bucky.
I think it's come down to that point where I think it is both. Sometimes I think companies just look at certain people, and you can kind of still see it when it comes to WWE, especially where it's kind of like they still have that mentality of, oh, you got over yourself. You got the crowd behind you by themselves. We didn't do that. So we're not going to do much with you. And it still comes off as that weird bullshit kind of mentality where it's like, why do that? You have somebody who's super fucking over at the time, like say LA Knight, for example. Dude's over like fucking crazy. Still, he gets put in multiple different championship matches, loses, and he still comes out and gets a fucking awesome reaction from people because they still love the guy, no matter what. It's just like Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, for example. Dude was over like fucking crazy, but for some fucking reason, it felt like another situation of he was getting over organically, but not because WWE had a freaking hand into it. The crowd was doing it themselves. And I don't know why they will not stop doing that freaking thing. That was the old man's fucking mentality when that shit was there, when he was still there. It was, you can't get over unless we're the reason why you're over. Like, it felt so bullshit. And it's like, you would think when Triple H takes over, that mentality goes out the window. You know, you think about the NXT days and like how he would push those guys and everything else like that. And it's like, well, how come he doesn't have that same mentality? It's almost like he's, again, becoming just like his father-in-law. And that's really bad to think about. Like, you wanted to see that whole thing change, but yet it still lingers around still to this day. And it's like, that fucking sucks. That's not good, because how can you freaking hold people down and not invest in them and not put them over and just continuously stick with the same people over and over and over again? Fans sit here and watch this crap and feel the same way over and over, where it's like, okay, we saw this person in right here, and then we saw this person here, and then they go right back to them over and over again. Like, look at how many times we get constant rematches of the same feuds over and over again. You can't freaking have that mentality and have people being elevated to certain levels, and it's like they belong to be up in those positions, and then all of a sudden you just don't do anything with them. And it's just bullshit to have that mentality of just nothing changes. And it's so that's why it kind of does feel like in the long run, it is both of them. They either are afraid to put them over, or they just are not interested because they're just going to keep looking at him and go, you know, we didn't do this. You did it. And that's what, you know, we still want to have a hand in it. And that's a bad way to look at it still to this day. So honestly, it is both of them.
Okay. Love that. I love that. I love that. All right. Puppy Henry, how do you feel about this? Is
well,
it both or put over?
I think that's more than both. It's like, I'll give you one example. He just said Karrion Kross with what happened with WWE. See, when it comes to WWE, remember, guys, WWE does not want any wrestler to be bigger than the company. The last person who was bigger than the company, we could probably go to Hulk Hogan. He was bigger than the company. He
Bryan
had
Danielson too.
Bryan Danielson, yeah, but I think Hogan, because he had creative control, you know, and you know, he was the biggest, he was the face of WWE. Same thing with, you know, John Cena. John Cena, yeah, he was big, but he wasn't bigger than the company. Steve Austin, he almost became bigger than the company, and they put a stop to that when they wanted him to put over Brock Lesnar in 2001, I think it was, or I think probably a little less than that, but you know what I'm saying? So it has happened. WWE does not want anybody bigger than the company. That's what it is. I mean, the fans could cheer for you. The fans could do this. The fans could be like, oh my God, yes. But you cannot be bigger than the company. They don't want nobody to be bigger than the company, because WWE is the giant in the top of the mountain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could go up, but you're not going to stand on top of the mountain. You could be around the mountain, but you can't be on top. Now, AEW, my beef with AEW, they do have this one guy there that I said when I saw him when he joined AEW in 2020 during the COVID, and that's Lance Archer. Now, Lance Archer in Japan,
oh my God, please.
Lance Archer in Japan was a beast. Okay, him and David Boy Smith Jr. And I forgot the tag team name, but anyway,
Killer Elite Squad.
Killer Elite Squad, yes.
Yeah.
But even after that, a year before he came to AEW, he was at the G1 Climax in 2019, and I think it was in LA, one of those, and he had an awesome freaking match with Will Ospreay. Okay, that he beat Will Ospreay. All right. Yep. Now, fast forward him coming to AEW, instead of them pushing him to the moon as this fucking giant, whatever, they had him lose to Cody Rhodes for the TNT title. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing? Then he wins a damn a gauntlet, whatever it was, and I thought, okay, they're gonna push him. They didn't push him either. So he's another guy. Then right now he's part of the Don Callis family, whatever. And he's just the bodyguard who gets beat up and gets pinned. You know what I'm saying? He was complaining online that AEW was not using him to his potential. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? Now, another promotion that I haven't, like I said, I don't watch TNA that much, but TNA was one that I remember where Moose was the TNA champion, because remember, Tessa Blanchard had the belt in Mexico.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
the whole thing.
The time when he started feuding with Kenny Omega, okay, and he was getting this push, he was being like crazy push. they had him lose to Rich Swann, right? And to me, like, you're not pushing this guy to the moon. He's the most dominated wrestler in the last 7 months, and you're not pushing him. It took them almost a year or 2 years for them to push him to the top and whatnot. I don't know how he's doing now because I don't watch TNA, but most of the time is companies that are scared to have a wrestler be bigger than the company. You know what I'm saying? So it's fear to put them over. You know, or as far as they're not interested, maybe WWE goes that route, is not interested because the Killer Cross situation. I mean, this guy, he came in from NXT, guy's pinned by Jeff Hardy in 3 minutes while he's the NXT champ, right? And then they let him go. He comes back. They put him in this damn faction that makes no sense with Kevin Sullivan, and they didn't do nothing with him. So to me, when it comes, a lot of these companies are scared to pull the wrestler over because then the wrestler could become bigger than the company. So that's what it comes down to.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Izzy, what do you feel?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with both you guys. I definitely think it's both, you know, and especially in terms of just the fear to put over, because when you're looking at, especially when things took a shift, when Vince McMahon got out, and of course Triple H and Shawn Michaels started running the ship. There's no more Bobby Lashley, you know. There's no more Austin Theory, you know. Things started turning around, you know, and in that instance, you started seeing guys that we started seeing so very often just starting to lose their place in more ways than one, and quite frankly, at no fault of their own. When Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Business at that time were doing really great for themselves before they got released. When Austin Theory, before dropping the Money in the Bank briefcase, was doing something really, really solid. You know, they were talking about how bright his future, how bright of a future this man was going to have. And now, you know, we're struggling to right now, of course, he's no longer with Grayson Waller, who by far get Grayson Waller off my TV, you know, with the quickness. But it's just the thing where you're seeing a lot of these wrestlers, to Justin's point, like a Zack Ryder, woo, 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 I'm gonna do this myself. You get yourself hot, go ahead, woo, woo, woo yourself down these steps. You know, like you're getting buried today. Like that's just what we're doing today, because you're not gonna get over a hump. You know, they're always going to put a ceiling on you. There's a ceiling on Chad Gable. There's a ceiling on the likes of like a Otis. When we thought there was going to be a split between Chad Gable and Otis, there finally was. And then, okay, Otis might be on his own. Otis might be his own man. Nope. He's still doing the worm and gyrating all over the place. You know, and guys are still stuck doing the same exact thing. We're still seeing the same exact guys that we saw 10 years ago with Seth Rollins, you know, with Roman Reigns. And then AEW, at least on AEW side, I just think they dropped the ball on a lot. I really thought Will Ospreay should have been AEW champion, should have held the title for a decent reign with the criteria that he's had, and with the disappointment that I would say with Adam Hangman Page. But at this point in time, I just think it's a fear of just putting guys over, because at this point in time, you don't want to drop the gun. You also don't want them to be bigger than the program themselves. And then when it's all said and done, who's next on the list? You know, who's next on the list? Who is going to be the next man up when it's all said and done? Mm-hmm. And it's a bit of laziness to it. It's a bit of laziness. Carmelo Hayes in the exact same spot. You know, it's like Grayson Waller in the exact same spot. You know, so it's just it takes a lot. You know, and until you branch out and do your own thing and take that risk, which could either potentially make or break your career, you're just stuck. You know, so I definitely think it's a fear to put people over in WWE and AEW, just pretty much not being interested. They have their shiny toys, and they know what they know their vision for years, for a year or two ahead. So, yeah, I think it's a mixture of both.
Awesome. Okay. Attorney at Law, what do you got for us?
I think I'm leaning more towards the fear to put someone over.
Okay.
But however, my reasoning for it lies less with them. Well, that's not true. I agree with you. Sometimes they just don't want to trust anyone. But at the same time, I think they focus maybe, and you know, people can debate this. I think they focus too much on entertainment, and because of that, they will not give someone a chance. Like when I say fear to put someone over, it's literally like what you said. It's lazy and fearful that maybe this guy's run won't be worth it being on television. And instead, they'll go back to the same old standard people because they have been proven already. But here's the only example I can remember right now are two people. Mm-hmm. Daniel Garcia and Konosuke Takeshita. Daniel Garcia at one point was literally the hottest commodity in AEW, and that man did not get a belt until it started getting rumors about him leaving, and then he still lost the belt anyway to Jack Perry. Jack Perry's that's a different story. With
Cry me a river. Oh God.
However, with Takeshita, he gave them, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm on the number, 3 to 4 5-star matches. Now I know there's a thing about 5-star matches not making money, but he gave them 3 5-star matches with their top talent guys, and they never gave him a title shot or get him close to the title area and with the main top guys. However, the year he basically ends up becoming the MVP of the G1 Classic. Before that, then he starts to get a little bit of a push, and this year he wins. All of a sudden, they finally realize maybe we're wrong, and this man does deserve to be at the higher level, because apparently in New Japan they think he's great. And I'm using
I'll wait until it's my turn. I'll save my shit for that. I'll wait.
I don't know. Wait on that. But that's my AEW in New Japan bitch, because all of a sudden y'all really see now. All of a sudden they're starting to do rumblings of a storyline for this man who literally for years gave them 5-star matches: Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, Bryan Danielson. They're literally their top guys who are currently knocked out right now. Well, literally, but all of a sudden now they give it to him when they literally go, oh shit, he may become IWGP champion. Mm-hmm. But I think it's the same thing. Like, they do not trust their talent enough sometimes, because they'll put someone over. And I don't think people remember when Swerve first started, they didn't give that man shit.
They gave him the tag team belt with Keith Lee.
Exactly. The only reason he got over was because he had the most amazing run in the first Owen Classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remind
me how long.
And the start of the feud with Hangman, too.
Yep.
How long was it when he came in and got the tag team belts with Keith? I forgot. How long was it?
How long ago or how long?
How fast he got those belts when he came?
Oh, he got the belt within 2-3 months.
Yeah, exactly. So and then
he started teaming up with Keith Lee.
Yeah, and so he did the thing, and he ends up losing it. They end up turning him heel, and then he ends up. But before that, he had the Owen Classic, and then he had this new little weird storyline with new guys who I don't even know who the fuck they are or where they are now. Mm-hmm. Then he then he did great in Owen, and literally to the point where even after he lost the tournament, he's wrestling. No, I think that was part of it. But he was wrestling with taped ribs because that's how well he was doing in the match. But I think eventually he got to the Hangman, and then everyone started to see. But the question is, it took them almost 3 years to put Swerve over. Yeah. And I realize that's not much, but that's not much technically in wrestling terms. But at the same time, Swerve had to go beyond the average to do it. Daniel Garcia did it, and they still don't trust him. Takeshita did it, and he did that shit for another company, and then they finally realized that he can do it.
Now, if you want to answer Bagel's question, shout out for Bagel for $9.99. Do you think modern wrestling promoters have a problem of waiting too long to pull the trigger?
Yes.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And when they want to pull the trigger, the talent's talking about, I'm not signing a contract. Mm-hmm. I'm going to WWE, or the other way around. I'm not signing. I'm going to the AEW. You got to pull the trigger right away. You know what I'm saying? That's what sometimes I get mad with Tony Khan, because I'll give you a prime example. Mega Bane, you brought her in, and she should have went and did beat everybody up, and then you give her the title shot. You don't have to beat people up, get a title shot, and then go right back down to mid card. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That's a prime example. TNA right now with fucking Mike Santana not beating Trick Williams. What the fuck?
That right.
But what did we say, by the way? In a year, it's official already. Bound for Glory, Mike Santana versus.
That doesn't mean he's gonna win. How long it take?
I know. I hope he does.
I see Mike Santana winning the belt because
I've seen, me too.
Yeah, because Trick Williams has had that belt for a while, and if you really think about it, Trick Williams should not have that belt because that's not a good look for TNA.
No, it's not. Example right there. Because think about it. You just had Slammiversary in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Your perfect fucking opportunity for Mike Santana to win the title.
And they fucked it up. I was pissed. Pissed.
And honestly, I think it goes back to what you said. Mike Santana should have won that Slammiversary, but because TNA is sucking on WWE's nipple right now, and they really want to keep that partnership, they're just like, we need to keep the belt longer. Mike Santana, unfortunately, got screwed, and he had to win that place. And literally, can you imagine winning a TNA title in your hometown with your family there?
Yep.
WWE has done that kind of booking their entire goddamn lifetime, but they won't let TNA do it. Get the fuck out of here.
Scenario right there, but
and even on the flip side with AEW, that's one of the reasons why I kind of was sour on Hangman Page's title second reign from the get go. We've been watching the Death Riders terrorize AEW for about a year and a half. Everybody's pissed that we keep seeing them at the tail end of the show. And Hangman Page chokes this man out, literally, like in the most brutal way. We were watching John Moxley tap out, and the very next night, he's choking people out again and pretty much getting people out the way. And it's like that happy moment that I wanted for Hangman Page, I think kind of soured away. I felt like it would have been more if John Moxley were to just get out the way, move, and we were to still celebrate Hangman Page a little bit more. John Moxley just went on terrorizing, and Hangman Page is just supposed to just pretty much
They're gonna end up adding David Garcia to the Death Riders. That's gonna happen.
That is the question, because Wheeler Yuta just did a new, like, you know what it is in WWE, you know what AEW. If you do a new trademark, you about to turn face.
Think about it. That's probably one of the worst things that happen right now is adding more people to the fucking Death Riders.
Oh no, I think Wheeler Yuta's gonna leave. I think Wheeler's leaving.
I don't know what
I don't know.
Like they had that opportunity like a long time ago because of the fact that you basically, when they added him to the group, they were making him the biggest fucking cuck ever, where it was just literally he was getting the shit kicked out of him every week, and literally Moxley slapping him around every fucking week, where it's like, dude, you're really gonna sit back and just take that shit from him? I don't care if it's John Moxley, I don't care if it's Claudio, I don't care if it's fucking Stokely Hathaway. You ain't gonna sit back and fucking get slapped around like that. But you're gonna fucking just be like, yeah, cool. Moxley handed me a plastic bag. I get to suffocate Bryan Danielson. Like, what the fuck are you doing? That is the dumbest story ever. And the fact that he just basically gave up on it.
I think the whole, first of all, Gabe Kidd being involved with like the hitman, the henchman, and whatever. I still think Bullet Club is coming to Japan and they're gonna start feuding with the Death Riders. I mean, I can see it happening. I don't know. Because I'm like,
I hope so.
What's the point? What's the point of Gabe Kidd being part, like the mercenary for the Death Rider? Do they really need a mercenary? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And now they got him. Most likely, he's gonna get involved in the Darby Allin and Moxley match. If that happens, I don't know. But
here's the thing. I'm gonna disagree with bringing Bullet Club into AEW right now, and this is the only reason why. Right now, if they brought in Bullet Club in AEW, I feel that right now I can't see a Bullet Club losing to and I'll say this respectfully, a no-name faction like the Death Riders. They have not done anything to have the stroke of a faction other than just having a decent run. If it was the Blackpool Combat Club, I'd give it to you. But literally, they have as a faction. What have they done? Like, they make themselves stand out as much as Bullet Club.
Like, I don't think any faction stands out like Bullet Club.
No, okay. Now when I have to jump into this one, I don't compare them because there's no comparison to it. First of all,
if they're going to wrestle each other, there's going to be a comparison.
Oh no, but hear me out though, and I will explain why, and I'll give you my scenarios. Mm-hmm. It's just that there's no comparison because one, they're doing the thing here in North America. Two, Bullet Club, they're having a situation with the House of Torture, which they're trying to figure that out. I'm still trying to understand of what occurred, of what the reason besides Gabe Kidd's injury, because I feel like like I said this before. Tanahashi, this is his first time as president, his first time running the G1 on his own. With only Gato behind him. Normally, Gato will be the one booking whatever he has to do to get approved by the Bushido board. But now that he's in charge, now he's the one who is, Tanahashi's in charge, is the one who's going to, hey, this is what I call, boom, boom. And for him to, Konosuke to win, I said this before on Dojo Debate, I'm going to say it here again. The problem is that they don't have, at the moment, I'm not saying they do have it, but they don't, it seems like they don't rely on them. And maybe because it's too soon, or they want them to build more. Like Ren Narita's one of them. Like Shoto Omino's another one. Like Yumira is another one. Like there's a lot of great future stars that they're gonna be in New Japan. They're out of their own culture talent. Everybody's gone. They were focusing before more gaijins in their own culture. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my question though.
Okay, go ahead.
Bullet Club versus Death Riders. If you're Tanahashi,
yeah, right. I'm gonna get to that. But
you have Bullet Club lose to Death Riders.
That's what I was gonna get to. So right now, with this plan B that Tanahashi he switched the route on the G1, having Konosuke to win, and we don't even know what's gonna happen on Wrestle Kingdom because now that Konosuke is waiting for the challenger between Ren Narita and Zack Zombie. Winner of that, he's gonna challenge him. I don't know what month and date specifically he chose.
Well, Takeshita is wrestling Zack Sabre in October. Chemo Pro Wrestling.
Okay, so remember he said that he's waiting for the winner of Narita and Zack because Narita is facing Zack for the. They're
gonna because Narita beat him in the first round. Narita beat him the first night.
That's why. So he's gonna wait for that, and then in October we're gonna get that. So once we get the determination in October, then we'll know what's gonna be in Wrestle Kingdom. Now, remember, when it comes to Death Riders and Bullet Club, but it all depends how I feel. It's going to determine where it ends when Konosuke gets his title shot. We'll know where everything goes, even though it has nothing to do with him. But it's just for me, it's just I have to see where Gabe Kidd stands there. I have to see because remember his contract's coming up, and they need to re-sign him. If he decides to come to North America to sign with AEW. In my opinion, it's a huge mistake. He should stay where he's at.
Yeah, because he's still the IWGP Global Champion.
Exactly.
That's probably why he's been over here more. Yeah. Is because they're prepping him for coming over here.
Yeah. So
that's my fear. But see, here's the thing, though, Pepsi, and I apologize for interrupting you. It's just this is where we can see down the line. We can see that if remember, AEW owes Japan a favor. They will give them that. They will give us a Death Riders and a War Dogs at Wrestle Kingdom. It could happen. It all depends how this situation happens in October with Konosuke. I have to see where it goes. I can't.
And if Daniel Garcia joins,
that too. Exactly. So we got to see where it goes. We got to see because if we don't, because I thought the plan was 2 gaijins to main event. At Wrestle Kingdom, go to losing the belt before to Finley defending against Gabe Kidd winning it and having this moment. That's what I thought was going to happen in the beginning. Now with this is I don't know what direction Tanahashi's doing. I have to see until after October when Konosuke faces Zack. I feel like Zack's going to beat Narita. I'm just calling it out very quick, but I got to see where it goes from there in order for me to determine what I feel. At where the Death Rider falls in this place with War Dogs with Bullet Club, it's gonna happen. They got a faction just like Death Riders. Second option could be, which will be stupid if they do it, in my opinion, if they decide to put them in Death Rider versus House of Torture because they have a bigger faction now. Fucking days, maybe we could see that. I don't know. There's a lot of options, but in order for it to be determined, we gotta wait until Konosuke either wins or loses that fucking belt, wins the belt or loses that title shot. I'll know from there. But those are my assumptions that I feel that it could happen. So it will make sense.
And remember, Zack Sabre Jr. is going to end up being Takeshita, and the reason I say that is because the storyline he has with Okada.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen.
So here's my thing. bringing in the
hail to the OGK.
Yeah.
Did we forget Moxie Shota Umino dynamic still?
Yeah.
It's ongoing. Shota storyline is still attached, being trained by Moxie. Very true. I forgot about that.
Here's my thing. So Bullet Club right now, the Bullet Club War Dogs does not have to carry the same weight it used to. If you're trying to quote unquote build up these guys like you're supposed to be doing, having them losing overseas does take a shot at them in regards to their next run. Although, like you said, if they're going to like lose in America and then have them fight in New Japan and have them fight during Wrestle Dream or Wrestle Kingdom, then you may have a shot at the storyline. But the truth of the matter is that it falls in the category of being way too complicated to kind of get Bullet Club.
No, and I'm with you. It's just my thing is that's why it's hard for me to know.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, it's just like I hear Bailey's point too, and I forgot about that. Omino's there too, so that's why I don't know what direction they're gonna do until while we're in the road of destruction, while we're in the road of heading to the junior tag leagues. So I gotta see what the fuck they're gonna do for how they're gonna book Wrestle Kingdom. My thing is, I'm just like this waiting for Tanahashi. Let's see what you're gonna give us, pal. This is your first year running everything. So my hands are crossed, waiting for Tanahashi. You better book the good Mexican.
Honestly, I think, like I said, I am glad Tanahashi gave it to Takeshita because truth be told, if it wasn't for Gabe, I think and I say this truthfully, if Gabe Kidd didn't get hurt, the finals probably would have been Takeshita and Gabe Kidd at some point.
That was the case. I would have been either.
Yeah, but at this point, I think he's doing a good job, and I think and we'll bring it back to the old word. I think his pivot to Takeshita was a good move. He's a great face. He's got cross country appeal, like in regards to promotions, is legit. So I think, even though I know some people are mad because it's like he's an outside guy, which I don't even understand that shit. Winning the belt, I think he did a good job. I think he's smart enough. But like I said, this right here is the big one because now it's going to be, and I don't want people to say it this way, it's going to be Tanahashi versus Tony Khan when it comes to booking New Japan versus AEW.
Well, of course, because we get remember, don't forget, now that they added annually now, so we got to see when Dynasty, because remember, Kingdom.
I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying, like I said. And the thing is, like I said, it goes back to the same thing. Tanahashi's a wrestler who really knows the business inside and out. Tony Khan, and as much as I hate to use this word, is a rich kid with a lot of good toys. And no offense to that, but
he's like the Andy of professional wrestling. Like
he is.
He said the Andy of professional wrestling. Toy Story 5.
If y'all think about it, that's a double-edged sword. Like, does he have enough money to support a company? Yes. Does he have enough money that he will not listen to professionals who've been doing that shit all his goddamn life? Yeah. Like, if Tanahashi goes, we need to do this, this, and this, I obviously am going to protect my promotion. At the same time, from a booking standpoint, you're going to really need to think about it. And like I said,
you have to understand, it all depends on the beneficial of both parties. What benefits both of them. So that's why I got to see, like I said, this is the first year full run of Tanahashi. I got to see how he does it.
I got to tell you
I
got to tell you right now, the last few New Japan AEW matches has only benefited AEW.
Because they're here in North America, that's one of the reasons why he gave me
even at Wrestle Kingdom, they will put the Death Riders over fucking Bullet Club.
Yeah, but that's my thing. The only thing in New Japan gets is exposure, and exposure does nothing but burn your ass.
But the thing is, at the same time, and I said this before, and Bailey can tell you that as well if he's watching, the problem is they need marketing. That's the problem that Japan, it's the same with AAA and CML. The problem with those international products, they don't have marketing here, and they need that help. I'm not saying you're wrong what you're saying about them, AEW getting put over or WWE put it. Like I agree with you. However, what they need to work on mainly those international products is marketing.
There's nothing that helps your marketing more than seeing your talent win once in a while.
I'm not like I said, you're not wrong what you're saying. I'm just going based on the marketing. Is
Yeah,
where they need
I'm not
to go.
saying, like I said, I'm not saying New Japan have a sweep, but goddamn, at least make that win-loss record a little more balanced. Shit. Like literally, I'm sitting there, and no offense to Daniel Bryan, he should have lost that Zack Sabre Jr. match.
See, and this is basically said right there. You know, and look, they do have talent. I know they do.
Yeah, but when they wrestle again, Zack Sabre Jr. beat him in Japan.
Yeah, he did. But the problem is, if the problem is they need international exposure, Zack Sabre Jr. beating them in Japan is easy. Zack Sabre Jr. beating him in North America makes it stand out more. Don't say that.
You know why I think what messed up New Japan and why they're not getting the exposure. Remember, they used to have that New Japan Strong show every week. They stopped doing that anymore. And I don't know when is the next New Japan Strong pay-per-view, because I think the last one was what, May, I think it was. Resurgence. I think it was the last one, the Mother's Day weekend. So
you're right. No, was it after? Right? Was it
it was Resurgence. I think that was the last one they did in May. Something like that.
Before that one, it was Chicago Riot, right? I don't remember.
Something like that. But
you're
the thing is, they're not doing as much pay-per-view as they were doing, I say 2 or 3 years ago. Especially with the New Japan.
Bushido Bar, and I apologize, Bobby, because Bushido Bar decided to pull all those fucking here North America promotions.
Oh, Shibata. You talking about Shibata?
No. Bushido Board decided to do that. They decided not to do it anymore like that, like how they used to. Remember, they used to book it like every other, like
That's what I'm saying. But
or up in the East Coast.
But the funny thing is that back in 2019, when New Japan had their shows in Access Channel and whatnot, they used to show the pay-per-views from like the week before. And so it was getting exposed to the fans here in the United States. They don't have anything right now to expose their product, because in reality, Access Channel, I think at one point was doing it again, and then they stopped again. So, they're not getting the exposure they need because they don't have no outlet here in the United States. So when they come to AEW, everybody's like, "Oh, who this?" Unless you read it on the internet or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So
and it's not just who this, it's who this who lost. It's who this who lost. Like,
but remember, the one thing too that people don't give credit to is Rocky Romero, because if it wasn't for him, we would not get the marketing style that he did for New Japan Strong, because that man knew how to fucking do shit.
But here's the thing, though. The complaint is not about him, Rocky Romero, doing a good job. The problem
there you go. There's a reason why. He explained it right there.
Yeah, it's not. It's the same. The problem is not that they're not doing a good job. The problem is the outlets that they're choosing to sell themselves on as part of their marketing plan does not benefit them. Like, it does not. Like, I mean, no offense, people may not know wrestling, but they know winners and losers. They don't understand that wrestling isn't about wins and losses, but from an entertainment standpoint, it's about who wins and who loses. From a wrestling standpoint, it's just about a good show. Yeah. Right now, AEW does not do a good job of putting New Japan over enough.
No, I don't. Well, we've been knowing that shit. But
the other issue is with New Japan is they need to get their shit together still.
Yeah, I'll give you that. They do got some restructuring, and I think they're in the process of doing that right now. But at the same time, it's like the TNA WWE thing. Fuck does that man have their belt full running around? Literally, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Trick. I don't know why his ass need to be on the main roster at this point.
Yeah, they said it earlier. I forgot. T. Fluid said that he's going to be another medal, unfortunately.
He's another one. Like, even when Roxanne was down in freaking NXT for the longest time, she overstayed her welcome. She was fucking beyond needing to stay down there. She needed to be on the main roster. Trick's in the same exact fucking position right now. He needs to be on the main roster.
I agree with Steve Fluid. He said New Japan packed out at MSG. I was there that night, and MSG was packed from top to bottom. There was not an empty seat in there. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the best shows. And then they did it with Ring of Honor, even though Ring of Honor, you know, shitted the fucking place when they try to do the Briscoes versus with Bubba Ray Dudley or whatever. And I forgot who with Amore and Big Bill. And then one night, I remember that night because I was there when it happened. And the Guerrillas of Destiny was pissed off because they were like, "Who decided to do this booking where these guys are gonna come in and do this stupid angle while we just won the IWGP World Tag Team titles?" So and that night, MSG was packed. Yeah, I mean, but then again, remember, like I said, they were on TV. That was in 2019. They were on TV through Access Channel, and a lot of the stuff was out there. You know what I'm saying? People knew who it was. Now, they were supposed to do another MSG show back in 2020, but a COVID ended that. So,
can we pull up Bailey?
We gotta have Bailey back on Dojo Debate. We gotta.
I think, like I said, I understand the point he's making. And even though they did call up a lot of people, and like they said, and like Justin said, they are definitely restructuring a lot for their stars, and that's fine. All I'm saying is that you give your big guys out to other people. Mm-hmm. Don't call them your big guys if they go to other places and lose.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Like don't bring out a Zack Sabre Jr. who's your future world champion and have him lose a Daniel Bryan in America. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong. The fact that Jon Moxley went to Japan, took that belt, the IWGP title in Japan, and then walked around the northwest continent with that shit for how long before he finally lost that belt was bullshit.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
in Japan, yes, but not in America.
All right. So all right, we gotta close this out because Redeemer and I gotta do Collision in 3 minutes.
Yeah, my bad.
In 3 minutes.
That's fine.
That's my bad. Talk about derail. Yeah, this one I think kind of got us hot.
No, but I love it.
Derailed.
So you know what? I love it, the fact that we get this way because, and I love you guys. Like Henry, always your family here. I'm Puppy. Anytime, I love it, man. I love when you come here, man. And you see, you get Pepsi-Ville hot. I love to see. I love to see that shit. He's like, wait a minute. Like,
I just give info. That's all I give.
Hey, I love it because it gets us going. Izzy, I'm so glad you had this experience. You see, you got man. I don't give a fuck with anybody. I mean this respectfully. You got 4 legends right here that we know fucking too much of professional wrestling and details. That's
man, we could go all night and talk this shit.
Me too. I'm finding it. Bro. If we weren't together in a barbecue, this is what would be happening. Getting drunk about this shit.
But the thing is, we need to get Bakley back because honestly, Bakley does know more, but a little bit more about the Japan circuit.
Oh, of course, that's why it's Dojo
because I'm really
show. It ain't my show. It's his show.
Because they really is even though I have the Japan app, which $9.99 for anyone who's curious. The New Japan Pro at New Japan.
Yeah, that's right. Went up $1. That's right. Yes. Right.
Yeah, but and I do get a chance to watch it as much as I can. But truth be told, there's a lot of shit going on right now. They trying to fix.
Mm-hmm. Dude, there's so much shit. It's just there's a lot right now.
And Tanahashi has his hands full. I think so. We can all agree to that. Like, I mean, that's speaking. It's not a culture change, but definitely a culture shift on how they run their wrestling matches.
Yeah.
But on that note, folks, we appreciate you for tuning. Go to the other channel. We'll be there in 2 minutes, Redeemer 9. But I want to give a shout out to, of course, my Papi Henry and right here, Papi Izzy for joining us this evening for this incredible debate that we had. And yes, that's what we do here, folks. We discuss, we debate, we derail. That's what we do here. And then when you get Justin pissed off, or even when you get Pepsi,
you get the fourth undercover D where I
Justin needs a Big Bird hug.
My job, damn it!
I'm like, sunny days.
He needs a Stephanie Bakir hug. You need a Stephanie Bakir hug is what he needs.
No. You don't know.
You saying, baby, won't you come my way?
Yeah. You know what?
Whereas Naomi called it Stephanie Bakir.
Yeah, I'll play it for him. You'll do it.
Like
Oh yeah!
Let me tell you something right now. If you ain't feeling that right now, I don't know what the fuck you feeling.
I'm gonna beat your ass in the corner. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Walking right there. Bam. And what do you
First of all, I do not understand how Booker T commentary, at the very least, is insane, and yet I don't mind it at NXT. I really do not understand.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. Because
I get to do it with Lola Vice all he wants now.
Nah, yeah, he did it with Lola. Yeah, cha. Let's go. Yeah, oh yeah.
I think I'll watch her go in the middle of the ring. Here she goes right now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would do the same thing to Lola Vice too, guys.
Respectfully.
Yeah, damn right.
Respectfully. Remember, we got women watching this show. We got to be respectfully.
No, just respectfully. Like, God bless her. She's a great athlete, but I'm sitting there going, ooh.
God bless.
I'm going to get permission to talk shit right now.
I got Mania running wild, all right? I'm waiting for Zach Minger in the comments to give us Happy Naga International Day. I'm waiting for that day. That's what I'm fucking waiting. He tells us Bacon Day, Ice Cream Day. I'm waiting for Naga Day. And then I can tell my wife, come here. It's not
right. Happy International Cherry Pie Day or whatever the fuck he said next.
Tell my wife that at least. But man, I appreciate you all, fans, for tuning in, and I appreciate. Don't forget to please follow these two gentlemen, right? The Heel Turns Podcast and the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. These two familia right here provide you incredible content, just like what we do here. Likewise, we're family here. We don't compete, none of that, man. We love each other. We fucking help each other get to the point. Get these two men to the 1K. Help them subscribe. Please do that. So, and follow them all over social media. I will put that in the description below for this one and on Collision shortly. Do that for me, for guys that are watching. If you haven't, please subscribe to the Chokeslam.
Yes, sir.
Subscribe to the Heel Turns Broadcast because, man, shout out to Devin. I know you're watching. I wish he was here because I will put him on the spot. What is the day? Tell me, Devin. What is it, Devin? But he's not here. But it's fine. But man,
we're working on it. We're working on it.
But man,
Deadpool, we need you.
We need you, Deadpool. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you join us right now, shortly, in 2 minutes on the other channel, because we are behind on Collision. We'll do that shortly. I have no outros, but until then, you already know that the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, the Heel Turns Podcast, and also here on this debate network, we don't just do, podcasting music or talk about nalgas or talk about, just international days or attorney at law here trying to sue me because my dog is not a fucking male, is a female. She's not a transsexual dog, all right? No offense, but we fucking make fucking history.
Make history. Oh, yeah.
So right now, Shorty over there.
Take it.
He said, take it, baby.
All right, guys. Take care.